UBC is produced by Backgammon Galaxy. Play among the stars. Hi there. This is the amazing team who made the UBC production that you're watching right now. You can support us by donating any amount using this QR code or the link in the description below. Donate $50 or more to get a personal shout-out later in the video by Marc Olsen. Donate $1,000 to get a shout-out and your own custom avatar on Galaxy. Thank you so much for your support. Another way to support Backgammon Galaxy is to place your sports bets on betgalaxy.net, the fastest way to build your Bitcoin bankroll while Bitcoin is skyrocketing. BetGalaxy.net is a Bitcoin-only bookmaker created by the Galaxy team and accepts players worldwide. Create an account now and place your sports bets.
Welcome back, everybody, to match 6 of the UBC finals between Hideaki Ueda and Masayuki Mochizuki. I'm Nick Blasier here on commentary along with Marc Olsen from Backgammon Galaxy.
Hey, Nick. Good to be here.
Yeah. Another good to be here with Backgammon you. Watching. Oh, thank you. Yourself as well. But, man, what an exciting start to day 2 for the 2 contestants. Not the best PRs, but I sure do give them a lot of credit for a difficult match, right? And I, remember Mochy essentially only had one very large error that brought his PR up quite a bit, and otherwise played, just felt like he was sharper than he'd been on day 1. Other than the one decision, maybe thinking about the cue before that too.
Yeah, that's my impression as well. I really like the way Mochy carried himself. He was more relaxed somehow. He was kind of like in the zone. He feels like he's got something to prove now. We heard him say in the interview before match 5 that he was quite disappointed of day 1, the first 4 matches, especially with the last match. And I like the way Mochy is looking. And if it hadn't been for that huge 400 blunder checker play, he would have played a 1.5 or something like this.
Right.
As for Hideaki, maybe he looked a little bit nervous. We just saw a couple of leaks in his game, maybe some experience there with some cube decisions. But I mean, I also think he played very well. Actually, he had a lot of difficult decisions.
Yeah, I give him a lot of credit for just running into some difficult things. I don't think he had a bad day necessarily. I think that's just kind of. It feels more like that's his understanding of the game, and those were some really outside positions that he ran into.
Yes.
And I did notice he was making some adjustments on the clock, though, too, right? So we'll see if that carries into the rest of the day. Felt like he was playing a little faster.
But
yeah, I think the story of match 1 is definitely after what Mochy called the disaster of a day 1. He's within 2 points again. It's got the 2 points he needed, and he's back on track.
Yes.
So let's see if he can keep that going.
Mochy is back in the match.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get started with match number 6, I would like to say thanks to all you guys who made donations. It really makes a big difference. We've got a big team and staff around this whole UBC production, so thank you very much for that. Okay, guys, let's get going with match number 6.
Here we are back to the table, getting ready for match 2 of day 2, so match 6 overall.
Yes. This is the match that demarcates the halfway point of the challenge, the championship final.
And that overall PR race is getting close, but definitely neither player are where they hope to be yet. They're both a little bit over 3 currently. I think is it 3.5 and 3.2 roughly?
Correct. 3.5 for Super-Grandmaster Mochy and 3.2 for Hideaki Ueda.
Yeah, both capable of much stronger performances than that. We'll see if it starts to tighten up, as the tournament goes on.
Okay, so they're ready. Yeah, they're bowing in.
I like it.
I like it too. It's super cool. And in this very special location, the Japanese room here in Tokyo.
Yeah, I'd love to know more about that room. It's super cool.
It's a traditional room. It's a public room, so you have to rent it. So we actually rented this room for the occasion.
Oh wow!
And Mochy is from Tokyo, so you could say he's got the home field advantage. And Hideaki actually has to travel with the super speed trains. I think it's like 400 kilometers or something to get to Tokyo, and then he has to stay in a hotel and everything. So for Hideaki, there's actually some travel and some costs involved in this in this final. But of course, they play for €5,000 first prize, so I guess it's worth it.
Yeah, it's not clear to me which would be the better tournament environment. It's if Mochi's still staying at home and doesn't have that freedom from distraction by having to go back to that, it could be more challenging.
That's
to be on
actually
his
true.
home
He's
turf.
going home to his wife and kids, you know.
Right, yeah.
So he's got the everyday chores waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, 6-3 here, or 6 to play for Hideaki. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
fancy 6. I like it.
Well, you've got 4 back already. That's
Yes.
the play I like. I'm just going to play pure here.
Exactly, it's the pure play because the more checkers you got back, the more backgame style it is, the less important the race becomes. So purity goes up in value.
And now I
And-
think Mochi, for the same reasons, has incentive to skip the hit and just make the point.
Yes, because there's no 6.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no 6.
Like a 5th blot doesn't do you that much, but getting to safety and making it a piece of structure does. So we just do this.
Very good play from Mochy.
Mhm.
There's also a lot of duplication with the 6 that Hideaki played before because many of the deuces that hits are also good for building. It's good for building the 11 point, 4-2 makes the 4 point, so there's some
Very good
duplication
point.
there.
Yeah.
6-1
Yeah.
for Hideaki.
This play looks pretty natural to me too. You make a point in slot and just get ready for the contact.
He might be tempted to make the 22 point anchor, to shift from 23 to 22 point
Yeah.
anchor.
It just doesn't look like much of an improvement here. Like it's not that much better yet.
Yes,
So
while 6-5 is a significant improvement because it speeds
Yeah.
up his development of his front position. So very good play here from Hideaki. Oh, I think he should go for a priming move here. Make the 7 point.
Or you can shift to the 10 point, looks very strong too,
Oh,
without
that's
leaving
also a
the
good
direct
move.
shot. So, oof,
That's also a good
it's
move.
tricky.
I'm leaning
this just-
towards this play as well, like Mochy, because he's priming
Yeah.
4 checkers. So I think it's
Mhm.
worth. Yeah, it is the best play. It's worth leaving the extra fly shots and the direction, and you get a discount from the shot from the midpoint because Hideaki has to
Yes.
break the midpoint in order to
Yeah.
hit.
It doesn't look like it's going to develop easily, though, is the thing that I struggle with on making the bar point. So this just looks structurally nice. to
Yeah,
me.
it is. But I
Yeah.
think there's also the fact that if he makes the 10
Yeah.
point, many of Hideaki's numbers play well because the high numbers they make the outfield hit, and the
Yeah.
low numbers they make the advanced anchor, and the
Way
middling
too much
numbers.
freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, I think that there's a tactical reason for the 7 point as well.
Yeah.
But the strategical
interesting.
reason is that you simply just increase your direct prime value because he's got 4 deep back checkers.
Yeah. It's giving him trouble. Again,
Yes.
I mean, they both have such merit. It's tough to pick which one's best.
I'm scared that he's gonna make a mistake here again. One of those traps the Gammon gods put
Mhm.
out for us.
Yeah. This is one of those plays too where when people have 4 checkers back, like a lot of top level players might even disagree whether the bot knows or whether the bot knows who's right and all these things. But yeah, he finds a good play.
Good play, Mochy. Very, very good play. I love it.
And now we just make the best anchor and punish Mochi for his great play, right?
Nah, I mean, he would. I'm not sure that he's better off.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
The
I would-
offensive play is fine too. This just looks
Yeah.
so natural to freeze those checkers on the 6.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I would make the golden point, meaning the 20 point here in a heartbeat. The original golden point.
Yeah.
McGrill called the 20 point the golden point.
Mhm.
Nowadays we use it for both the 5 and the 20 point.
Yeah. Now with the 35 pip deficit, this is a pretty simple game, but Hideaki's in some trouble if Mochi can do much development here.
Yeah, but it's not quite a double yet. The
Right.
contact value is simply too great for Hideaki here. Mochi has to make some sort of improvement, and this is an
And already
awkward
we
roll.
see why. Yeah, he's got to leave a shot.
Yes. So how can we play this?
Let's just give up the midpoint.
Yeah, 2 from the midpoint. I mean, he
Yeah.
could also keep the midpoint and slot the 4 point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
keep
best
some
play.
points. Interesting.
Yeah, that's actually better.
I like that we're like one step closer to being home, and we
Yes.
don't leave as many shots, but interesting that structural unstacking is worth more.
It's also quite annoying to get hit on the midpoint and get a checker sent back because we lose so much connectivity.
Very true,
The-
very
the,
true.
The midpoint is quite useful every time we get hit. And
Mhm.
there's the efficiency of unstacking the heavy 6 point.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Oh.
very strong play from Mochy actually.
Small technical inaccuracy. Hideaki was supposed to give up the mid there, I guess.
Okay.
but
Yeah.
Who knows on plus plus? Yeah.
Yes, who knows? Goes to the plus court.
Yes. Oh, this is. Oh, okay. 4-2 is an interesting roll for white.
I don't think it's if Mochy were to roll 4-2, I don't think he makes the 9 point. I think he's gonna play it safe.
This is a strong board, yeah.
This one is actually, this could be a double. He's got 32 pips in the lead. There's a little bit of timing issue here, or mobility issue for Hideaki. He might be forced to off his midpoint next time.
I think it's still an easy take for sure, but sure, there's market loss here.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
little
imagine a
extra
double
gammon
five,
threat.
double 5 or double 4 for Mochy. I think it's a strong cube. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't see him passing here, Hideaki. Okay, it is a cube, and it's also a quite significant pass. Take. So good play from both players.
Some confusing follow-up for Mochy on some of these too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Hideaki's front position is so strong. That's why the contact value is high as it is, and that's why it's such an easy take. Had his front position been weaker, then maybe he had to give up this position. Good play here from Mochy. Mochy is playing really, really precise in this game.
We must just get a back checker moving all the way. I guess you could think about slotting the 2 as well, but yeah.
Yes, so the engine believes that 22-16 is the best play, closely followed by 13-7, or even just breaking the midpoint.
Yeah. I don't mind it, but I also don't see, I'd rather just get one of my back checkers moving. What am I gaining by having a checker on the 22 is kind of what I'm thinking.
Yes.
So.
I mean, is he interested in making a double anchor? No, not really, right? Because he doesn't really have the timing. So I think that checker does well in the outfield. It adds to the pressure, to the contact.
Yeah.
And notice that Mochy has a blot on his ace point, which means that Mochy can't just hit freely in the outfield because of that blot. So I think Hideaki needs to come out. 13-7 is a very interesting play. Wow, he sees it. Yeah. I'm impressed, actually. Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting play. The early shot leaving play, usually they're not correct, but they might be if the risk of getting hit is close to 0, which I guess is what the case here.
Sure, it is here. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I just, it's hard for me to see exactly why that would be preferable. But good find.
It was a good find.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mochy, it's not so much that Mochy wants to prime here. He just needs to bring his checkers home. But the nice structure that he has serves as a beautiful landing space for all of his checkers to come home safely.
Yeah.
So his strategy is just to clear from the rear and ask no questions. But
I'm not sure what sort of decision Hideaki has here. Looks very natural to just cover.
I agree. Maybe he's considering playing 22-20 to get one of the spare checkers or one of the blots up on the 20 point, ready to leap out in the outfield with a 5. But
could be worried about losing that anchor with a bad 5 later on or something, but or 6.
Yeah.
But it's still, I think you're just thinking too far ahead that way.
I agree. If he was really scared of losing mobility, that would be the idea. But he isn't. Good play from Hideaki. He just took his time here.
Yeah. If he's scared of the mobility too, then he could have fixed that last roll.
Oh, that's one play, but there's another play, Mochy. There's also this one leaves shots. Yeah, exactly. That's the wrong idea. You don't want to leave shots here when you got a 0 position.
Yeah.
A 0 shot position.
And find the right thing.
Yes, that's the play. That's 0 shot. The other one is a lot of shots. I didn't get to count them.
Yeah.
I was busy talking, but I could imagine it's a good handful of shots if you play the other one. Good play, Mochy. Really good play from both players right now.
So now I think I would step up and then 6-3 seems fine.
Yeah.
I might play 7-4 because it looks more like less of an awkward checker, but you want to keep your 5 prime for sure.
You do,
too.
yes, because he might get shots now.
Yeah.
Mochy is stripped and he might be forced to leave something.
Very true, very true.
And now Hideaki does have a mobility problem. That's why he needs to step up with the blot to the 20 point and be ready to leap out in the outfield.
Yeah. I think he's always preferred to be on the 20, I guess, with that blot. You've got your real contact blot is the 23, right?
Yes.
You don't want to let the deep one go.
Yeah, the deep one is way more important.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we got the hidden the pick and pass, but that buries a checker.
Yeah.
It could get it out of the way, but I don't think it's the right. I think he needs to use this roll to create flexibility and robustness.
So the interesting thing is like the best racing and kind of barren play is the 8-7, 8-6, but it frees up that checker with the 6, and you don't want to give this away, I don't think.
Yeah.
So I think that's why, it looks really awkward to break the 9.
Oh, Mochy.
Oh, nice.
This is actually a reasonable play. I mean, even though it's ugly to bury a checker, it gets the goalkeeper out of the way a lot of the times, because if Hideaki is forced to enter with a 5, then he just solved that problem. It's actually a fine play.
Yeah,
it's
very
actually
true,
a fine
very
play.
true.
And there we see it.
Yeah.
There we see it. And he's forced to play a destructive 6 on his own side of the board.
Right, not a good roll.
3-1. This is a fine roll. It creates flexibility. Mochy should not be worried about priming anymore. He should be worrying about bringing his checkers home. That's the game plan.
There's still some question about which point, right? You could bring both checkers from the 7 in if you wanted there.
Yeah. But as a general rule of thumb, it's better to clear from the rear.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
Great shot.
Great shot. This looks like a 2-point win for Mochy.
Yeah. 4 checkers back, I guess there must be some gammons, but not too many.
No, not too many. 3%.
Very low.
And Mochy is clearing from the rear here. That's nice. That's nice. And now we are into a simple position. We're not going to see more errors in this match. I predict.
Good for the PR.
Yes, good for the PRs, but I mean it's equally good for both players, so there's not really anything to gain here from either player. Mochy takes a deep breath. I think it's probably a sigh of relief. Finally, he's getting a little bit of luck.
Good to see.
Yes, the wind in his back rather than in his face. 1. Yeah. So now Hideaki is off the anchor. Yeah, doesn't really matter too much, and Mochy is probably just going to break contact and have a gin position.
Yeah.
Yes, the engine says 100% winning chances.
I think it might have. Did it prefer a different play there? I think it might have. I think it might have preferred ripping more, but.
Oh, okay.
For like a percent or 2 of gammons, it looked like, but yeah.
Okay, look at the PRs. Wow. It's a dead even PR race.
Pretty sharp match.
And actually, I think Hideaki is gonna overtake Mochy because Mochy can roll dice that doesn't give any decisions. But to be honest, I don't think Hideaki has decisions either. No more decisions. It's 100% win for Mochy. It doesn't matter what they roll. But look, Hideaki did just overtake the PR race.
And who knows what that looks like on plus, but yeah.
That's true.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the Inhuman both sub 1 match. I know it's going to happen, right? I would be surprised if across 12 they didn't do that once.
Yes. What did we had one match? Was it match 2?
We proudly announce that the UBC 2021 Contender Tournament will be held at the beautiful Caleta Hotel in Gibraltar. Schedule available soon.
I think it was Tomas Christensen and Michi that both played under 1.
Oh, that's true. In the Contender, that's right. They played.
Was that the tiebreaker though? It might have been a shorter match.
No. It was one of the 7-pointers.
Okay.
I believe Christensen played 0.25 and Michi played 0.5 or something like this.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly. But the best match was Michi versus me actually. In day 1, where Michi played, I believe it was a 0.15 or something crazy. Basically a perfect match in 5 games.
Yeah. Amazing. What did you have in that one?
I had like a 3.7, if I recall.
Oh, okay. So the best single PR, I get you.
Yeah, the best single PR.
Yeah.
I had like 1 big cube blunder.
That'll do it.
And Michel Lamotte, he actually called me out on it that Marc might make a blunder here because this is a tough one. And you were like, no, Mike is gonna find it. Don't worry. And then I did blunder.
Well, that's an interesting decision there. Instead of doing like building and construction, you have to hit.
Oh yeah, with the double deuces, that was a tricky one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Always tricky whether to make the 4 or to hit.
Yeah.
That's a bit of an awkward roll here from the bar from Hideaki.
Very awkward. So I probably just play 10 to 4 to not add another blot.
Yes.
But yeah, you hate coming in on the 2 and being stuck there.
Yes. It leaves him with a very awkward 6 here. So he's okay. He goes for the hit, which is
good
lightly.
tempo. I understand. You don't want to let him make a point so easily.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Good shot from Mochy. Now that he didn't hit, at least he built the 7 point for 1. Isn't that a hit and a cover?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Cover and hit. Yeah. Good play from Hideaki.
Now, Hideaki can be slightly more aggressive with the cube at the score, too. I mean, this is going to close the door on that.
Yes.
But we're getting into some interesting positions where he might send it there, depending on the follow-up.
That's a pretty good shot from Hideaki. Again, we see his
He's got a pretty awkward structure, though, and Mochi's got a much easier one to play, for sure.
Wow, that's a good shot.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. And he needs to make the 3 point here, not the 5 point. Yes, you want to keep the 8 point. The 8 point is very valuable.
Block 6s, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And you get to unstack the heavy 6 point. Ooh,
that's a great shot. Great shot, yeah.
Awesome shot.
Fixes half of Hideaki's problems. He's still got a point behind the anchor that's a little awkward, but I think he's fine. An extra checker back.
Mutual holding game, both players owning the golden point.
Yeah, this looks like the only play.
Yeah.
So, okay. Not ready to leave our anchor yet by any means.
No. That's too early. Okay, so Mochy has the pip lead, which means that he's going to have worse timing. So he's probably going to be squeezed off his anchor before Hideaki is. I mean, Hideaki's not going to run from his anchor. He's so much down in the race.
What do we do here? There's kind of no good play. You're not excited about hitting with the blot behind, and you already have the racing lead. Why do you want to do that?
No, I mean, I think
Everything
he needs to
else
hit
is
because he's the
destructive.
one ahead in the race. So when you can hit, that's an excuse of breaking one of your points and actually bringing your checkers home. So
There's a lot of risk with it now. Yeah.
I don't think it was that bad of a roll. He's far from a cube here.
Exactly, yeah. That's the other thing, is that it doesn't really pay off in any sense, you know?
And then he gets another awkward roll here with 3-2.
Yeah. This one's easier for me to see. That I really like the distribution 8 to 6. Yeah, I'm not sure why you would do this instead.
You spotted the right play there, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was a little bit too stiff. Too stacky.
Not that many 5s to hit. If he does roll a hitting 5, it's going to break an anchor. Like it's not that attractive of a shot.
Yes.
For Hideaki.
Oh, that's a good shot. He gets to break the anchor. Break the anchor.
Those checkers moving. Yeah, he'd way rather make the 16 here if he gets the chance. Two 6 might be an interesting shot. I guess he's got the back game now, so it's purity, right? We're probably you never break the midpoint in a back game, but I think here is the time that I would do it.
Okay. This one is tough for me because he can't play a back game here. He's only down 40 pips before the roll, and he's got the deuce point, so...
Yeah, that's a problem. But the 2-5 is like a pretty flexible back game as far as those go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to function as one of the anchor games a lot of the time when you don't time it. Right?
Very true. I mean, and he could use just the elimination method, because 8 to 2 is, of course, never going to be played, and you shouldn't run from your 20 point either. So he does find one of the 2 viable 6s, and then he even finds the best one.
This, I guess I understand. I would have a really hard time confidently finding a cube here, especially leading, but it's reasonable. It's not, all the problems we stated, it's not a good back game for Hideaki.
There's not a lot of volatility here, to be honest, because even if he doubles hit or something, Hideaki is sitting on his double anchor with a back game, so I don't see how this could be a double.
Yeah, compelling. Look at the numbers, though. It should be close. Oh, look at this. He's got a 2 but no ace, huh? So I guess he does.
He can play 8 to 7.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It leaves some shots, but there's some duplication, and it's unstacks, and if he gets missed, it's quite nice.
Yeah, Hideaki really doesn't have structure to punish any shots yet.
Oh.
So which hit? I think
Is he gonna
I think
break
you want to
it?
get rid of the 8. I think the 8 doesn't play well with the deuce, and so I'd be more inclined to hit from there, but it's more returns. I don't know.
Ooh, this one is tricky. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he might be tempted to hit from the 20 point here.
From the 20?
Yeah,
Oh,
break-
I'm not even looking at that.
break the
I'm
20.
leaving my anchors in place. I'm not ready
Okay.
to leave the 20, I think. But yeah.
If he had better timing, there would be a play like bar 23, 65 slotting.
yeah.
And if he wants to hit with an ace, he has to choose between. You said you
Yeah.
prefer to hit on the 7 rather than 9. I think I tend to agree with that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I
me
mean,
neither.
this is a tricky one. I think
Very
there's a
much.
chance that he's going to hit from the 20 point here.
Yeah. It looks. I think I can see how he loses this game quickly if he does that, right? It could work for sure, but I feel like the volatility there favors Mochy, and so I'm inclined to keep my
Yeah.
like that's easily the strongest asset in his position.
But you have to realize as well that there's a big cost to hitting on the 9 or the 7 point, because then you just break your offensive structure rather than
Yeah.
breaking your defensive anger. And actually,
That's-
usually
Yeah.
you prefer to not break your offensive structure and just break
Yeah.
the defensive anger.
I didn't even look at it, but I'm sure there's some people out there shouting about how he should probably enter on the 23 and hit 2 to 1 to recirculate, right? Let's really play a back game.
the
Get rid
banana
of it.
split.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. We just got the answer from the engine. So the right play is your play, Nick. Hitting with
Okay.
8 to 7.
Yeah, it seems. I like that play a lot for all the reasons stated. I think it keeps our game plans open. I think it's the
Yeah.
right point to break. Yeah.
But look how close it is.
He's
It-
gonna
okay, he's
slot
gonna
it.
slot.
Okay.
That's a mistake.
Wow, look how big of an error that is to not take away the initiative here and just let Mochy roll forward. Another thing that I was going to point out, though.
It's an inefficient
I'm just gonna
slot.
look at this.
Yeah, this is my prediction that he's gonna end up playing this play. It's not that far behind. It's just a 31 millipoint error.
Wow. Okay. I'm really surprised how close these are. This looks terrifying to me. I'd have a hard time finding that play. Yeah.
The idea with this play is that you at least get to keep your offensive structure intact.
Mhm.
And again, as I said, when you have the choice, usually all other things being equal, you prefer to keep your offensive structure and give up your anger.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, this one is really tricky because it's not just any anger, and
He's got to look at them all for sure.
yeah, this is
So another feature that I see is that if we start recirculating
Ooh.
frontside position things like this,
that's a big blunder.
yeah,
That's awkward.
Mochy doesn't really have much prime value. So I think there is a lot of, the recirculation is just timing. Does that make sense? You don't mind being hit at all. You're not really worried about the checkers getting stuck back on your 2 or 5
yeah, you're
point
not
anchor.
too, but it's just the
Yeah.
wrong play. He's playing he's trying to play really efficient, but it doesn't work well because he's got the deuce point made and he's stacked on inflexible with the checkers on the 23 point. Uses
Yeah.
this last spare checker to slot. There's many things wrong
I
with
agree.
this play.
Wrong idea,
It's just
wrong
a
idea.
completely wrong idea.
Yeah.
So that was a big one from Hideaki. Mochy is looking good now. He's ahead in the match, and now he's got a big lead in the PR race as well.
That's my play there. I really don't see the logic of 7-4. Feels too early in a very strategic game to be burying a checker. So I like his play. Bot doesn't think it's the best.
No,
Yeah.
it's because the bots doesn't really see this as a pure back game.
Yeah.
It's
And this is very awkward. I think he's got to do this 10-6 play. Yeah. Doesn't prefer to, of course, but what else is there?
yeah, good play from Hideaki. I mean, he could run from the 20 point, but that's a big asset right now, the 20 point. And now he should
now he-
safety the blot. Yeah, he should safety the blot because it's not a real back game, this position. Hideaki wants to hit and come out.
Very interesting.
He doesn't want to be in a back game. Aha.
Wow.
Oh, again, Hideaki faces a tough choice here. Is he going to switch from 2 to 1? No
No.
switching play. He plays pure. That's actually a pretty good play. That's actually the
Yeah.
best play. So good play from Hideaki. The switching play was a small error.
Tough decision. Mochy misses an opportunity to apparently cover the ace. So I'm not sure why that's urgent either.
Wow.
These are really some things where I feel like a lot of people aren't certain.
Wow, would the engine wanted to cover the ace there? I'm really surprised. I would have played like
Yeah.
Mochy. But what about this cube?
The spare on the 6 is so useful, right? Like you really need that to bring your checkers home from the 8 and things
Yes,
like
it
that.
does give flexibility.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still a no double. I mean, I think Mochy
Yeah.
might be tricked into doubling here.
I hope not, because this is pretty clear to me. Like
Okay, good
the
play.
like we talked about earlier, the 2-5 back game is kind of the most flexible of them, and it doesn't have to be a 2-5 back game. It can be either holding game, and so he's going to have clear winning chances however it progresses.
True.
Maybe he keeps them both, and Mochy rolls some giant numbers, and it is a back game.
That's true, but you do have to be aware, and that's what Mochy did. He was aware, he was conscious, because there is always a breaking point at the back games. So if you're just at the brink of the breaking point, maybe now is the time to double. If your opponent
Here
can
we
actually
go.
crunch.
The bot really wants us to cover the ace again.
Yes,
So
the
he's
bot
gonna
likes
keep
the
getting
ace. It's because it's
punished for that.
It's not a pure
Yeah.
back game. There's still an outfield battle going on here.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mochy is lucky to get missed. Actually, there was a lot of fly shots there. All the 7s plus double 5, so 7 fly shots.
I think this is a really unlucky game for Mochy because I think he might. I'm not sure he'll look at the evaluation and agree that he should have covered the ace. Like I think he's playing what he thinks is right, and
Of course.
it's not like super convincing here.
Yeah, I mean he's wearing his back game glasses right now, and his back game
Right.
glasses tells him to play pure and play flexible, but the bot shows us that this is actually not just a pure back game. There's still a battle going on in the outfield, and we need inner board strength.
Well, I can see it now because here's a spot where he would like to actually hit to come home easier.
Yes.
It's scary to do so because that hit on the ace, like
Yes.
Hideaki can turn that around
Yeah.
immediately.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is what very often happens, that there is a battle in the outfield, and that's
Yeah.
why he needs the inner board.
Mhm.
The engine is just so strong, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, he can't really leave any shots, so which one is more flexible? 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, good play from Mochy.
I would
That's
think
way
so.
better than 6-3.
4-3 fills in the board. Why not? I guess he's worried about losing his flexibility, possibly. So maybe he would think about playing from the 18. But yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. You got the blood on the ace, so you're not scared of getting hit. Wow.
Lots closer.
He just lost his market. I think maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not actually, because
It's really
there's-
awkward to bring home.
Yeah, it is. It is. The contact from the 23 point angle is so strong.
Yeah.
When he's got checkers on the. Okay, apparently it's slightly better to play 6-1 here with the
Yeah.
last 5.
And again, I like bringing a checker in, but so I totally understand the mistake. But
Yes.
this is fascinating.
It's just almost dead, the checkers on the 3-point.
Yeah.
And
Now, what's our market loser here?
I think it's a cube because the market losers are double aces, double deuces, double 4, and double 5. And even double 6s is pretty good because then we get to not move.
And it's not quite a cube because he's leading. This is a big feature here. This is probably really close for money in a tight cube, but
Yeah, it is.
You do have to be a little more conservative
Yes.
at 5-way, 7-way.
The scores just swings it there from being a
Yeah.
small double to being a small no double. But it was very, very close because we
Yeah.
do have volatility. And now he should double. Now the volatility is even higher because now he can clear the 8-point.
Yeah. There's too many great rolls. Yeah.
And the PR race is super close.
Yeah.
I think Mochy has actually been more unlucky. Okay, in
Now,
terms of
can
having more
Hideaki still
decisions.
take this is the interesting thing. Yeah.
Isn't it a take? I think it's a take.
I expect, but I don't know if I would feel confident of it over the board.
He's
huge
it's
take.
It's
Okay.
huge take.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got
Yeah.
the immediate shots here,
Yes, that's fair.
like 6-1. What else do we have?
3-2 likely just throws a checker to the ace, right?
Oh yes, no shots.
Yeah. And then
And I mean 6-3 is obviously better here than 4-1.
yeah, I'm not sure what he's seeing here. It makes him odd, so I guess double 5s is going to leave a shot after this. That's probably a thing that he's seeing.
Yeah, but it
But-
gives a better checker distribution.
Yeah, I agree.
He's taking an awful lot of time here. This is ugly, Mochy.
It seems like a tactical play for one roll,
This
right?
is
But you can't put checkers on the ace.
And now he
It's not
doesn't have an
good.
ace to play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that. That's a very good point.
Yeah, you need to have all your numbers, or as many numbers as possible to play here.
Mhm.
Here he has an ace to play. Yeah, good play, Mochy. Good play.
6-3 gets to run off the front.
Yes. And this is what you talked about, Nick. The 2-5. You
Mhm.
still have good contact value, even though you have to let go of the back game.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a great shot.
It is a pretty good shot. But, there's still a ton of contact value, just from the 23-point angle.
Great
That's a-
response.
Good response, yes. increases the contact value of Hideaki coming in. Oh,
nice
5-4.
shot too.
Beautiful shot from Mochy. That was the big hurdle.
Yep.
Now to the small hurdle. Clearing
One
the
more of
6 point.
those, and Hideaki will feel like he got his fair shot, you know? Nope.
6-2. That was
Too
the small
easy.
hurdle. And now he's
Too
down
easy.
to the micro hurdle, which is
Yep.
to clear the last 2 points in front of the anchor. Which is gonna
That's
be
another
the-
feature of this 2-5 is that it's going to be tough to lose a gammon from here still, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
certainly possible.
Ooh.
But, yeah.
Hideaki has a chance. He needs to hit. He needs to. This is the critical moment of the match. There's the deuce. Wow.
Nice.
Mochy succeeded.
Oh, look at this. You get off the double aces, huh? Okay.
Yeah. So
Very interesting.
Mochy succeeded. What about the cube actions here? How many checkers? We've got 5 checkers off. Oh, this is a redouble. I think it's a. If it
good.
was a closeout and all of Mochy's checkers would be on the deuce point, he would just have a take.
Yeah.
So that's the corrections we have to make now.
But that's also for money. This is a recube at a trailing match score, so I think this is going to be a pretty clear pass.
But is that gonna increase? How much is that gonna increase the take point? Maybe a little bit.
Significantly. At least
Maybe a
high
little bit.
20s. Sometime,
Yeah.
yeah, I think probably high 20s is where it goes, which is probably good for like 3 pips difference. you know?
Yeah, high 20s sounds a little bit high to me, but you could be right. Maybe.
Yeah.
Somebody
Oh, look at this. This is a take. Oh, wow. I would have thought for sure 26 was not enough.
Oh yeah, okay. So my intuition was good.
Yeah.
I feel like high 20s was a little bit too high of a take point because Mochy goes. He's not going to lose a gammon, so he goes from 5 away to 5 away 3 away. You know,
Yeah.
it's
So I think
that's
this is
15
telling us-
15% match winning chances that you're risking there.
Well, this is telling us that the take point must be like, well, I guess there's a real little recube big, so it probably is about 26.
The 25%, I think, the take point.
Yeah.
25% take point. So the take point is a little bit higher than for money, which would be 22%. But
Yeah.
here, yeah.
And he passes as
Okay,
well.
he passes.
Yeah.
This was a tricky one for Mochy because the corrections
Yeah.
you need to make, like Mochy knows the reference position, so he knows that
Yeah.
if all of his checkers were on the ace and deuce point and Hideaki had a closeout, he would have around 22.5%.
The new 2021 Galaxy Earthboard is a tournament luxury board optimized for travel. Pre-order now. Details in the description below.
So here the Hideaki didn't have the 6 prime yet. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
Mochy could get lucky, roll a 1-6 from the bar and win the game.
And his spares weren't perfect for closing him out either. I think they're on the 3 and the deuce or something like
That's
that.
true.
Or
That's
4 and
true.
3 maybe. Yeah.
Mochy
little
got
deep.
very unlucky in that game because his PR is now higher because of all of the difficult decisions, and
Yeah.
he, instead of leading 4-0, he's at 2-2, but still an open match.
Mm-hmm. This is a fun little early game battle. I like it. The blot hitting contests in the opening are just the most fun by far. Oof, and big advantage for Hideaki now.
Yeah, it's,
I think he must have a cube.
could
Why not?
this
3
be-
checkers on the ace and very big favorite to make the 5 point and have better structure. 4 back to 2 back.
You
It's
know what?
weird to make something without a point, but
Yeah.
I think.
You know what? I
said.
think I agree. I mean, how
Yeah.
can a 1-point board with a blot be a cube? You know, but I
Yeah.
think I agree because Mochy's weakness with all the checkers on the 24 point is huge.
Yeah.
If Hideaki simply makes the 5 point and brings the builder down, and even the worst possible rolls like 5-4, he still gets to make the 20 point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think I agree with you here, Nick. Very easy take for Mochy. It's still super early in the game, and both
Yeah.
players are underdeveloped.
Still not pleasant though. You know, you've played this game before where you somehow enter on the ace again, right? And you've got 4 checkers stuck there and don't do
Yeah.
anything productive next roll, and then you're just
Right.
kind of trapped. Yeah. It's
Unless you
easy
roll
for it to go that
6-1,
way.
you're not going to enter on the ace.
Yeah. Well, 5-1 after he makes it is going to happen too.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
When he makes the 5 point, that can
Yeah.
happen. Much more likely to happen.
Yep.
Just ship it, Hideaki. How bad can it be? Yeah,
Look at
there
that.
we go. I think we
Right
were
on the
spot
board.
on, Nick. This
Yep.
is a small double.
Mm-hmm.
The volatility is sufficient. Like imagine Hideaki makes the 5 point and Mochy fans. That's a big market losing sequence.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a few of those. I really do think that makes the 5 point ace 5 ace 6 are pretty compelling market losers too.
Yeah.
But even, he's still on the, say he enters with like a 4-1 and plays both on the backside. He's still on the ropes, right? If he gets like, he could be pointed on his head. That's still a very strong cube that's difficult to take. I'm not sure if you want to take that,
I mean, Mochy will never fold this position. It's going to be a very easy take for Mochy.
Yeah.
And it's also a giveaway, like we talked about earlier in previous match, that when one player thinks for so long for what is obviously not a too good decision, it's the real decision is on the no double or double decision, not so much on the take or pass decision.
Right.
It's kind of like the inverse Wolsey's law. Okay, there's the cube. Good play from. I think we're going to see a snap take from Mochy.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Good play, both players.
Here's
the
your
worst.
5-4 as requested.
That's the worst. So now Mochy can really equalize here if he gets a 5. That's a poor roll from Mochy.
Yeah, entering with 6s is unpleasant.
But
yeah, this was not the sequence that Hideaki was looking for. This is a great shot.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Mm-hmm. And now he feels good about his cube.
Yes. But if Mochy can simply establish an anger here, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You gotta go for the anger, the double anger.
Yeah, it's a little early to commit to 1-2, but this is still right. That's not what you're doing, right? You're just making one more anchor, and you'll probably come off the 24 as soon as you need to.
Yes, exactly. It's pretty good just to anchor up for now, just to be solid. And
he creates a problem for Hideaki with this, where we'll do it. I'm scared to time him, so I'm not sure I want to hit, but I think I would. Ooh.
Oh wow, he's looking at this.
I love this play. I would never make it. I just don't think it's necessary this early.
That's a sexy move.
Well, the main issue with that.
But what about? It's right.
Best play.
It's the best play.
Wow. So the big issue that I have with that is that you very quickly can equalize the game into 3 checkers back each by doing this, right? Or 4 checkers back each.
This is the coolest play I've ever seen if he makes this play.
Wow. I mean, it's pure. You can see there's not a bunch of risk, but it doesn't look worth it to me.
Yeah. I mean,
but he's very stacky. I can see it. Yeah. He kind of needs to develop, and maybe now's the time. But I think I would end up just hitting and continuing and trying to play a simple game.
And actually, it's better to play 20 to 13 without the hit, exactly for the timing reason. Because if you hit, wow, he makes it.
Yeah.
Wow, Hideaki, that is such a beautiful play.
And now we're hitting 2.
I'm so impressed. Like 8 to 3 was more obvious than 6 to 4 because of the stack. But wow, I'm really impressed, I have to say.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful move. And he found it, under pressure. And it was his instinct, it was his first choice, and then he considered all the variations, and then he did it.
All offense makes sense here too. You'd like to make an anchor maybe, but this is too good of an opportunity to make 2 points.
Yes.
And Mochy's maybe in the driver's seat here now too. Ooh, this could make the best anchor available right now, but the 5 isn't great. So
no, that's the problem. The 5 must probably be played from 23 to 18.
Yeah. So they're all compelling options. That's interesting. So he's definitely going to think about this one for a while, right?
Yeah. Okay, there's this one as well. Yeah, that's the second best. That's fine, actually.
I feel like I'm priming myself with that move, so I don't love it. I would want to find something else,
But there's a little bit of solidity to making the anchor. Like
he does.
A little bit
Look at this.
Blitz value.
He put a ton of pressure on some entering 6s. I didn't notice that. That's pretty neat.
Okay, what about this one? I think you come out to make the 16 point here. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Exactly, because Mochy is a little bit ahead on the race now, 5 pips.
Yep.
And there's a big battle in the outfield with so many checkers back.
These are tricky too, because attack is the wrong game plan, kind of, but it might be your best option. So
this is very tricky. Do you use your last valuable spare check on the 6 point to make a loose hit? Usually you don't like that, but yeah, and actually it is the inferior move. It would be better to play 23 to 21. Hideaki's liability in this position are the 2 back checkers, because he's lacking the mobility. He could risk crunching the midpoint or the 8 point or the 20 point because he doesn't have mobility with those back checkers.
Wow, this is an interesting one to consider. I'm like so immediately thinking just make the second anchor, but yeah, there's a lot of merit to this too, and it's slightly better.
Exactly,
Very cool.
for mobility reasons.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to crunch his mid or 8 point.
The race is so important there too, right? If people aren't conscious of how close it is, that the ultimate goal of this position is to play a mutual holding game, basically,
Yes.
or like a holding game, then you see that and think I've got more defense. But yeah, you just need the flexibility. And if you can get those back checkers moving, then you've got a good race. So you just continue playing that. Yeah.
To be honest, I saw the move without thinking about the race because it's more of a mobility thing. Like it's the only you need the mobility, otherwise you're gonna crack your midpoint or 8 point. So, but you're totally right. The race is super important here, and it dictates what game plan each of the player has.
Yeah.
Now Mochy has
missed a perfect move on that one by not just continuing to the midpoint and continuing with that mobility theme. He did make the 21 instead, but yeah, these 5s are they're a little fast, but not bad for sure.
I think it's a good roll actually, because look at the prime structure all of a sudden. It's not so much that he wants to prime in the long run, but right now priming is still pretty good, because he's still got the back checker trapped in your opponent's inner board, and it might leave some awkward numbers. So this is I think this is a really strong roll.
Mm-hmm. And with this interesting 4 checkers back, this could lead to some really interesting recubes. Like difficult to consider.
Yeah. Yeah, Mochy is actually in a good spot now, holding the cube. I think Hideaki is going to find the right play here, hitting loose with a 5. It seems natural. He's got the double anger, so he shouldn't be too scared of getting hit.
But it looks like when it works that you're still primed, and it's going to be difficult to move. So it's a little confusing to me. But yeah.
But in order to counter prime, you need to make the 3 and the 4 point. So the 3 point is one of the 2 points you need to make.
Got it.
Okay, so Mochy, it's still pretty far from a cube here. Okay, that's a little bit awkward.
Big racing lead, but yeah, he has no 4 to play if he leaves with the 6.
Nope, so he has to play this. Yeah, Mochy finds it. Good play, Mochy. 2-1. Yeah, of course he's got a hit, because Hideaki actually does have some forward chances here. Like if he gets a little bit of a prime going on, and then he gets to liberate one of the back checkers, all of a sudden Mochy could be the one who's forced to crunch one of his prime points.
Very true. Ooh.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world for Mochy.
No.
Oh, that's a huge shot, because now he gets to liberate 2 of the back checkers.
Yeah, I think the 16 point looks like a very nice point.
Is he considering making the 3 and then jumping out with just one of them? Maybe,
that's the first thing I looked at. Yeah. Maybe that's better. But I feels like it's interesting. Wow, the bot doesn't even want to keep the 16. Nope. Just wants to move with both of them.
It doesn't like making the 3 point, because here mobility is just more important. So you need freedom with the back checkers to get the mobility. Yeah, this is the trap that you can easily be tempted to. Okay, a small mistake here from Hideaki. But fair enough, it was a tricky move.
Yeah, and Mochy's not really loving hitting. Yeah, he can't outboard it, so he's just going to play this.
Definitely.
Okay, now we have another chance to make the 16, and it looks pretty strong here to me.
Oh yes, he needs to make this. That's a really, really strong connecting play from Hideaki. The prime value of
6 as well. Yep.
Yeah, the prime value of Mochy just went way down.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He keeps rolling these great racing numbers that aren't really productive, right?
Yes.
But I guess, yeah, you're going to give mobility to the checker on the 20 if you clear the 11, but that's what it looks like you have to do. Oh, wow, the bot likes clearing the 10 for that reason instead. It's get rid of the point of contact with the anchor, I guess is part of the logic.
It could be, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
This looks so much more natural to me. Yeah, I'd have trouble finding the 10 instead. But he sees it.
He does see it. Okay, there's also this one.
This is just too much freedom.
Yeah, it gives up too much prime value. Prime is still important, so don't voluntarily destroy your points.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. This is a fine move.
Yeah, they're very close.
Yeah. It's a tricky move, and
easy play for Hideaki. He gets a little freedom, more outfield coverage.
Very nice, yes.
Both have good chances here.
Yes, I think maybe I prefer to Hideaki's position now. Yeah, he's a 58% favorite, Hideaki.
Oh, wow. Feels like you have so much chance to slime around as Hideaki and just hope, or as Mochy, I mean, just run that back checker a couple times. But yeah, that's only step one, right?
Yes, good play from Hideaki here. Perfect
Oh.
outfield control.
Yeah.
No escaping numbers. Oh, that's a good shot from Mochy. 1, and I think you have to come all the way out with one more, Mochy, because 2,
We
and
can
then
fill
make
in
the
the
5.
5.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I like this play.
Good play from really good roll from Mochy. The 5 point is a big improvement here.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we get into a hitting contest. Okay, let's see.
Still,
Mochy's got-
Hideaki's in great shape, right? Like, dances are really bad. If he comes in and hits, there's still a lot of life, so...
Yeah.
I think bar point over ace point here for sure.
Yes, totally. He would
Yeah.
like to have Mochy enter on the ace, so he starts crunching immediately.
Yep.
So prime is more important than blitz. Okay.
Mochy
that's
obliges.
1.
Now,
I think you gotta switch. Just switch to the. Oh, the engine likes to
Oh.
break the 7 point to get flexibility. Okay.
that's really clever. I was looking at 10 to 9 first. I'm not
Me
sure
too.
there's a huge difference here of escaping
No.
5s or 6s. So, interesting. I wonder if he finds that play. That's a really clever play that I like a lot. It really
Yeah.
it looks... Yeah, he sees it.
He sees it. This is impressive because probabilistically, the right idea is not to destroy your priming points.
Yeah.
But Mochy just identifies that this position is just better. Now he has
Yeah.
flexibility. He still keeps the prime point 6 pips away, which it primes better from the 10 point than the 9 point.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
1, not bad.
He does have a 5 point board. And Hideaki is nowhere near a cube here. 4,
Yeah.
6, that's not... okay, he can make the ace. I guess that's what you
Yeah.
gotta do.
And if it works, then I think the game might be over.
He's still down in the race 9 pips. An interesting cube
Yeah.
decision will arise now. No,
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
sorry, cube. He already owns
Oh,
the
it's
cube.
turned already, yeah. I was thinking, wow, that actually makes that play maybe more interesting.
Yes.
But yeah, I think, can you take that even though you're down in the race? He's got...
That's
like,
the
roll
key.
win. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the key. I think you can actually, because you got the prime value going on for yourself as well.
Mhm.
So I think actually it was. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was a take.
Well, look at this. This is a little too safe about things. You really do want to make the 4, so...
Good play from. Oh no, actually it was a slight inaccuracy from Hideaki. 9 to 8 would have been better ace. Play a little bit more aggressive to make the 4 point.
Yeah, you actually reduce the shots by 1 by doing that too. Well, not from
Yes.
this, but you do still save 1 shot as opposed to the 2 that he saved.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's important.
Mm-hmm. 11's better for some reason, huh?
This is tricky.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess it's not a direct shot, of course. That's it. You're just supposed to reduce shots.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I think Hideaki is gonna count the numbers out. Okay, he makes a mistake.
Yeah.
Maybe he does it voluntarily to try to close the 4 point out, but
Yeah.
that's not the right idea, Hideaki. Okay, what about this one, Mochy? Is he coming out to distract, or is he just gonna stay on under the gun on the 4 point?
Wow, these are so tough for me. I don't know.
It's a clear play according to the engine. It's
Yeah.
gotta come out, and he sees it. Yes. Good play, Mochy. Exactly. Being under the gun on the 4 point is no joke.
Yeah.
You're just gonna get pointed on, or pick and passed, or hit loose. Here, at least you get hit, and then you can still enter on the 4. And the upside of not getting hit is bigger as well.
Well, these 3 options are pretty confusing to me too. The first thing I see is 10 to 7 to 5.
Yeah.
Then I see you can make this hit and break contact with the 10. But yeah, just making the 7
Just
somehow
making-
is the best play.
Yes,
Yeah, less blots
yes,
makes a
exactly.
lot of sense.
Oh!
Punished.
Wow! What a joker! And
Wow, and
unless
now Mochy might have a cube
he
here.
does,
huh?
unless something miraculous happens. Oh, 4, 5. Oh, that's not a cube.
That's a miracle.
That's
Yeah.
a miracle.
6s, 4s, and an ace all
He
hit.
needs an ace. There. Oh, it's a cock die. The ace is now good. He has to re-roll. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think just 2 in here.
Oh. And now he's... Oh, this is bad for Mochy. There's no ace, and he's forced to leave a direct shot, no matter how he plays
Wow. So he's supposed to play out. I would have for sure just brought 2 checkers in.
it. I think the problem with not coming out is that then you don't get all the nice direct shots every time your opponent rolls something small.
That's very true, yeah. And your opponent probably has more attackers on the 4 anyway from where he is, so... Close race too.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is very nice for Mochy to own the cube in this position, even though he's trailing a little bit. Not
Wow.
anymore.
And there he catches up.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Now we've got a pretty even race. Very, very even race now. Mochy
Yeah.
is a slight on. No, he's a favorite because of the wastage and the gap in Hideaki's structure.
Yeah.
That's not a good roll, 3-2.
No. That's an okay roll.
It's an
but
okay roll.
these are tough to evaluate too.
Yes.
So
Yeah. The pip count can be a little bit misleading.
look how much faster Mochy's playing this game too. It's like he feels the time pressure already and doesn't want to get in that spot.
Yes, and it's been a long game actually.
Yeah.
This one.
Maybe he actually sees Hideaki is at just over a minute on his clock, and maybe he's trying to put more of that pressure back on him.
Could be. Could be. Yeah, Hideaki could get into time trouble here. 1 minute left, and it's
Yeah.
probably going to be 4-2 to one of the players here. We might see a
Yeah.
recube, but most likely it's going to be a 2-point win. So Hideaki can
Ooh,
really
nice
get into
shot.
time trouble. Oh, that is a great shot. That is a great shot.
This is a transcriber's worst nightmare when
Wow.
they're playing like this too.
Double sixes from Mochy. And he's ahead in the
This-
PR race as well, Mochy. 2.2 versus 2.7.
So is this a pretty pure claim?
Oh,
This
yes.
clearly Hideaki has a 4 roll, and Mochy must have a 3-ish roll.
Yeah, like a 3.5 roll versus a 4
Yeah.
roll. So this got to be a huge pass.
Right. Yeah.
When you
I have
are
to think about it too. Yeah.
yeah. When you're in a position where it's not even the same amount of rolls you need without doubles, then it's basically always a pass unless there's something crazy about the match score that lowers
Right.
your take point. And that was
Yeah.
the case here. Mochy had like a 3 or 3.5 roll position, which is the
Yeah.
amount of rolls it takes without rolling a double to finish. And Hideaki had a 4 roll position.
Improve your backgammon skills by reading the best books on the market. Available on Amazon. Links in the description below.
G'day from Melbourne, Australia.
Sure. So he doesn't get the full 4 points to go to Crawford, but he does still have Hideaki in some difficult time trouble here, and he seems to be really playing toward that.
Definitely.
This should be a slot at the score, I think. No? Okay, still close, still split. The 5-1 is always, it's not that ideal, but
No, yeah, that's the thing. And 3-5, 5 away, 3 away. It's not that desperate yet.
no.
It's not like 4 away, 2 away, or 4 away, 3 away.
Oh, look at this. What a fan.
Oh.
Okay.
And Mochy is taking a bit of a lead in the PR race now, as
Yeah,
well.
Conan. Looks like a natural play here. So it's not the most sensitive score, like we were saying, but it is one where Mochy's going to have difficulty sending a cube.
Yes. So we've seen Mochy's checker movement style is the traditional first and second finger, or putting fingers on top of the checker and sliding, while Hideaki uses the index and the third finger to kind of pick them up in this the game of Go style.
Well, this is
way.
interesting here. Yeah, I guess the anchor is just too much value with that 2-point made.
That's a
You'd
good
love
move.
to unstack
Yes.
and make the 3 as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
but yeah.
Awesome roll from Hideaki.
Ooh, so I would like to just make the 8-point with the ace, but I don't have a good 4 then, so something else is happening. Oh, we're gonna make the 5. Yeah, of course.
Oh yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Mochy sees it.
Yeah, Hideaki doesn't want to break his anchor to hit there.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
a
great
nice
shot.
Nice shot. Nice and efficient. He
And
builds-
now he's getting into the territory where he has enough lead where he can think about some things.
Yes, definitely. He's got the rack.
And the anchor against his opponent does not.
Yeah. The silver point.
Yeah. Yeah, where's the 4?
Oh, it's even a pass. Yeah, this is a horrible roll for Mochy. He gets
Yeah.
himself into a double pass position, regardless of what he plays.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what he plays because now it's gonna be a double and a pass. But this could be tricky for Mochy.
Look how close this is.
Oh,
I did not
yes.
see this as a clear pass by any means, but
No.
these are the kinds of numbers you got to study to figure out like how sensitive each score is, right? It's this is a comfortable take for money for sure.
Correct.
But you can adjust enough to pass this just barely at the score.
Exactly. So that's why it's difficult. So
Yeah.
Mochy is gonna spend some time now trying to figure this out. He knows it's a critical moment in the match. There's blunder potential here. Of
Mhm.
course, he doesn't know that it's a borderline decision, and he's not gonna
Yeah.
make a blunder either way. But
Mm-hmm.
he detects that there's serious blunder potential here. So I need to take my time.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what he's thinking. Probably trying to figure out some of the reference positions he's got in his database.
When I see him look up to his brain to try to remember things, I think he's probably thinking about match equity and take points and things like that. I'm sure he's got some of that. I'm not sure how much he plays by feel or by those numbers in these situations.
I think you could be right, Nick. I think you could be right. He might be doing mathematics.
Yeah. I think he's trying to remember exactly what the numbers are and see if he can get enough information to make like the best decision here.
Yeah.
And this is fine, you know, like you said.
I mean, it does go to the XG++ rule of law, but oh yeah, that's a powerful roll. Now he regrets the take, Mochy, but very difficult decision for Super-Grandmaster Mochy.
I'm not sure if he still feels that way, but I know historically, if he's not sure, he does prefer to play it out. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
It makes
That's
sense.
interesting that he can't afford to leave the shot and step up there.
Oh wow, down to 6 prime.
More, but yeah.
And it's going to be so difficult for Mochy to counter prime here because of the 3 dead checkers on the ace point. Yeah, you need to anger, that's for sure.
Very interesting.
That's for sure.
That's not intuitive to me. I'm always thinking about stepping up to the edge first.
You got to anger,
yeah.
Otherwise it's too dangerous in terms of gammons. Yeah, good play, Mochy. Very good play. And now he's cheering for a double 3 times in a row. Oh.
Yeah, why not slap the front?
Good play. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Just roll the California prime into a New Yorker prime.
Oh, look at this play that Mochy has to find here. I don't see him doing it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's so difficult.
Yeah.
Oof, yeah, small error here from Mochy. I think the PR race now has equalized. Maybe Hideaki is even slightly ahead now.
Those, I think, are the toughest plays to find in backgammon. They're like sort of pure give-ups, right? And just, can I keep more checkers from getting hit and losing more gammons, right? Like, you're just kind of hopeless.
It's hopeless. That's the thing.
It's so rare that that's the way that you're supposed to think about backgammon, right? You've always got a chance. So and you should just try to make a winning play.
And it's so frustrating as well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's. But I mean, every decision. As a backgammon player, you're an equity manager. You're managing your equity, and it doesn't matter whether you're in a position where you only win 5% of the time or 95% of the time. It's the same concept. Manage your equity.
Very good point. So if Hideaki gets lucky here, maybe he'll find some sort of trap play to win a few more gammons. He needs Mochy to crack a little more, though.
I don't think he's going to make any trap plays here.
Okay, this is a 7-1.
Yeah, that's a good play. Nice play.
It's the setup for the trap. You need to be back there to pick up the checker when he leaves, right? But it doesn't look like he's ready for it still.
It's the setup for the trap, and it's also for the race because he's moving pips without letting go of his prime. So when he eventually lets go of the prime, he's moved more pips. So it's also a racing thing. It's actually a concept that I learned from Grandmaster Mochy many years ago on Cyprus, maybe 10 years ago or something.
I think there the covering the ace was not the priority. Small, like, technical error possibly there.
Was it a mistake? I didn't see it, to be honest.
4-ply wanted 15 to 6. It's just a good place for a spare, so you kind of give up on the idea there.
Okay.
But here we go. It's back on a little bit. We can close out and get something like 10% gammons with a perfect roll.
Mochy is definitely not out here. Oh yeah. I mean, now he's gonna.
You just got to play for wins here. This makes sense.
Yeah, okay, he's got to play for wins. That's true. He's risking too much to hit. Okay, but Mochy's out of there, and he's got a little bit of race equity.
He's got a lot bit of race equity. 13%. That's pretty good in this game, you know? Yeah.
It's better than before.
Yeah.
6-4. That's a good shot.
Nice.
6-3. 10.5% winning chances.
Good for everyone's PR.
I think Hideaki is slightly ahead on. Wow.
Oof.
Yeah, Hideaki is slightly ahead on the PR race right now.
Very nice. That's what, if you had to guess before all these matches started, would you have thought that the PR race would be this tight, or that the average would just clearly go to Mochy, or what did you think was going to happen?
I had Mochy at an average of 2.75 and a median at 2.55, and then I had Hideaki at 0.2 higher than that.
Yeah.
So 2.95 average and 2.75 median.
Yeah.
PR.
So probably Hideaki is doing close to what you expected, and Mochy's just higher than we thought we would see.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
but Mochy still has 6.5 matches to grind down the PR average, and I'm sure he will.
Yeah, and now this recube, by the way, too. We should talk. We've talked about this before, but 16% is the match equity if Hideaki passes and goes to Crawford. So we've got to get pretty far down there before Mochy can send back.
So now Mochy has a 3 roll position, but so does Hideaki. So Hideaki needs to miss here. He needs to roll 4-1, 4-2, or 4-3.
Yeah.
6-5 is a great shot. Okay, so now the recube will never appear. And Mochy needs a double. Okay, will he get one more chance to get the double?
He was a favorite for a while, Mochy was, and then
I think
lost
he was right after the
sixes.
Double sixes, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he was. Mochy needs a double. Right. Any double will do. 1 and 6. Nope. Nope.
This is the Take Point Backgammon scoreboard, a scoreboard for winners. Order yours now on takepoint.pro.
I think a real master doubles on the come there.
Like James Bond?
Yes, there you go. Just knows the set's happening, right?
Yeah.
Roger. All right, even match again. A three-way. This is the first three-way we've seen, I think. So.
I think you're right. Yeah. So, for those of you not too familiar with match theory in backgammon, essentially the strategy changes a little bit depending on the score of the match. And the shorter the match becomes, the more aggressive you want to be with your cube action strategy, because a gammon can win you the match. So that both players are going to be quite aggressive here in terms of doubling, and they're going to be quite defensive in terms of taking, because you don't want to risk losing the match in one game. Okay, so a good opening sequence from Mochy. This one is fun, because usually you double hit, but here Mochy is already ahead in the race and escaped one back checker, so he shouldn't double hit. So good play. Oh, nice. That is nice. Hideaki.
4s is a nice play too.
That's also nice.
Gonna work.
And this one is cool because Mochy is not playing for a priming game plan here. If he was, he would play 13-5 with 2 checkers. Here he goes for the blitz and the race. So
it
those
dances,
are the game plans.
And I think this is way too much structure to think about the cube yet for Hideaki. No.
He should think about it. Is it that horrible? Is he so far from a cube? Maybe he is. Yeah,
I think that 8-5 4 prime, it's good, but I think people underestimate how good it is. It's just very strong.
It is. I think he's just short of a double here still.
Yeah. So much so that he's still not really thinking about it. And this is, not even the favorite after these double sixes. This was actually a bad roll.
It was a very bad roll.
Yeah.
It was actually a horrible roll.
And look at this. The 8-2 isn't even the best play. He should go for the keeping all the checkers live.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Very interesting. I guess the risk of getting hit is not that big, because at least you get a little bit more flexibility with the back checkers, and you get to not kill a checker, so it's easier to make a 6 prime. Now
this is the westernmost prime we've seen yet, I think.
Yeah, so this is Hawaii prime.
Yeah, there we go.
Mochy is a bit in trouble here because of the timing. Oh, that's a good shot.
That is a great shot. Yeah.
He's lacking timing here, so he has the pip lead, which means that he needs. Wow. Oh, it's duplicated because he could also make the 6 prime. But Mochy realizes that the game plan is not to go into a priming battle here. It's to
what
run.
A shot! Oh man, just jokers back and forth. This is amazing.
Wow.
This could have been game over. I think 5 rolls in a row.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is amazing, and the PR race is so tight.
Okay, we're surviving, so we must enter. I guess ideally we would probably enter on the 23 because there's more ways to get to the edge. This could be the edge. This could be the edge. Yeah.
This is a good play. This is a good play.
I like 7-5 for the distribution. But
yes, but the idea from Mochy here. Wow, double deuce is just joker after joker. The idea from Mochy here is to kill the 6s, so he slows down his own crunch.
Yeah.
That's
there we go.
Wow, the ace.
Right back in it.
The ace.
Nearly dead, finds a little bit of life. Okay.
Exactly. This is crazy. What if he fans here?
I don't think Mochy can find a cube here.
No, he shouldn't. Because
I think he's if he doesn't roll the 6, he's just dramatically losing. If he does, he's going to be probably playing on for a little while, So,
yeah. It is a cube. Look, it is a cube.
This. Massive volatility, and so you have to think about it, but that's a very difficult one to send. Yeah.
It is. It's tricky because there's some. It's not quite efficient, because if he rolls the 6, then Hideaki still has a lot of equity that he could get him
Great shot.
out of. Wow, he does
Now
get the
he's
6. He
gonna
loses
play
his market. If he fans
Maybe
now,
part
it's
of it
good.
too is that like the recube isn't so strong for Hideaki. No, it's good. It's fine. I'm not sure. That's a tough one. Very tough one.
It was. This is a bit of an awkward roll because you don't want to leave any fly shots here, especially when the cube isn't turned. So you just gotta play safe. Play the
What is
safest
safe?
move. I mean, play
You're
to
not
the
gonna play
deuce
to the-
point. Figure out a way to put a checker on the deuce point.
Oh, I couldn't handle it.
He shouldn't
I'd have to
spend
do
too much
something
time
else.
here.
I would leave the fly shot, man. That's just
No.
look how I can't put the 5th checker on the deuce. Yeah.
You can't allow any volatility in the position. No, it's a big mistake. It's a blunder, Mochy. You can't
Yeah.
allow any volatility. Wow, look at this.
And every time he makes a mistake, just immediately punished to
Yes.
the maximum. Yep. This, I think you got to go for the attack.
I
Right?
think
Yeah.
so. I
Buy
think
some
so.
time.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, Mochy is...
Oh, what is this?
Yeah.
What is that ace doesn't do anything? I guess it doesn't leave a shot, so that's why he tried it.
It does do something. Now he can't build freely from the 9 point.
Oh, that's fair. So like a 5-3 is no longer as productive of a roll.
That was two
Ah.
big mistakes. Mochy, he introduced volatility in the position when the cube hasn't been turned. As long as you just play with 0 volatility, you can always claim the game next time. And now
Look
he's
at
facing
this
this
cube.
position. Okay, he takes
That's a
it.
very strong cube.
Very
Yeah,
strong
great
cube
job.
and very good take from Mochy.
This is another. So I feel like he learned something from the game yesterday, maybe, where it seems like Mochi still has an anchor and some like good play and things like that, but he's kind of too crunched.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mochi doesn't have an anchor. What am I talking about? He does, but no, this is very different from that position. I'm not sure. I would have had trouble finding that one.
Okay, 6-4 from Hideaki. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both under a little bit of time pressure. They're acting like they're under more time pressure than they are.
I mean,
but, both feeling it.
they are under time pressure. I think again, Mochy is suffering a little bit with the time because he just got some really, really difficult decisions. And when you got 1 minute left and you still got a 3-point match to play, you can't really spend any time on it. So Mochy is suffering a little bit for the time pressure. Again, don't spend time here, Mochy. Okay, he doesn't. He realizes he should just make a move. There will.
Okay,
Oh,
shot,
there's
great
the 6 prime. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't see how. I mean, 3-2. 3-2 is the only bad number.
The California 6 prime.
The California roll.
It doesn't always roll forward as easily as you'd think, you know?
Yeah, but now it does. After he got the spare checker on the 6 point.
Well, they're front loaded, as you've discussed before, so
That's
you
true,
can
but-
roll like this and just not hit.
But there are no crunching numbers. He can jump with 4, 5, 6s and then. Yeah.
That's true. 4 cracks.
Yeah, and now Hide is just gonna roll his prime forward 1 pip at a time, like a caterpillar.
Ideally, but again, he doesn't get the opportunity to.
Nope, he doesn't. Okay, he finds the tricky ace. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
what's the argument for this over the other?
not sure either.
So that's the deuce and that's the 4. Good play.
It's clever. Probably keeps the 4 point the longest.
Okay, now he gets to roll his prime. Yes, that's the idea. Just roll it. 1 pip
Still
at a
needs
time.
specific numbers to cover it. You could easily roll a 5-4 or something like that here and get really awkward.
Yes.
6-4 is fine. That's probably
6-4.
close to best, yeah. Okay, Mochi's gonna fix any timing concerns up.
Yeah.
So this should be pretty easy to roll home. He's done the hard work.
It's super easy, yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it here. And it's even great for Hideaki's PR as well. Mochy doesn't have a decision here because he can't move, and Hideaki is going to have very easy decisions. So
He
his
still
PR
might have some trap situations where he needs to try to pick up a checker, you know? So there's that to think about.
will there be... I mean, then it's something... Let's say he rolls 6-3, whether you double slot, but you probably don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult to make a mistake here in this kind of position. Great spot to be in here for Hideaki. To be honest, Mochy actually put it onto himself here. He was leading the PR race and he could just play with no volatility, and then he volunteered 4 shots from the bar, 1-5 and 3-5,
Yeah.
and got hit. And now he's losing 2 points and the PR race. So maximum punishment for the Super-Grandmaster.
That's happened to him over and over again these last 2 days. It's just been wild. Yeah.
It's not really just, to be honest. He's been unlucky. But yeah.
It is funny though if it's not happening to you, right? It's the fun of backgammon and also the disaster of backgammon at the same time. That just happens.
Deuces. Okay, he just plays aggressively. That's nice. When
there's a few gammons to think about now, and not much risk of losing.
That's true. And when you're facing a completely broken, crunched front position, you can be aggressive. Wow.
Yeah. Well, what's the other play, right? I guess clear the 3.
Yeah, clear the 3. That's a great play. He finds it. Another amazing play from Hideaki.
Oh, hey, this isn't all bad. Look at that.
Yeah, I guess
breaks the 4 point.
I think Mochy would have preferred to just roll a 6 and get off the gammon.
Yeah. No, I'm saying it's not all bad for Hideaki getting hit.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, Mochy has to try to get off the gammon here. Is tricky.
Ooh, nice switch. Probably switching.
Oh,
look at this. The bot doesn't do anything with those back checkers. I would have thought maybe even 3-2 makes some sense.
Yeah, I mean, I would have split as well. Another forced move from Mochy, so the PR is not going to change.
Yeah.
5-3. So Mochy needs to hit. Okay, Mochy actually has winning chances now. He's got 4.3%. Now it's down to 0.
Okay.
And Hideaki
We're gonna play a Crawford game?
Yeah,
cool.
Great spot for Hideaki here. He's up 1 away, 3 away, and he's ahead in the PR. 1, 2, 3, 4.
0.1 winning percent chances. Might be gone now.
Yeah, they might be back now. Let's see if XG rounds it. Okay.
Easier just to roll.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Okay, so this is a really exciting match we've got going on here, Nick.
Get the official UBC 2020 final merchandise. All sales go to support the UBC team and volunteers.
Yeah. How do you think the decisions have been for Hideaki? Because it looks like he's playing really clean. He's having a very good match for himself. We've been talking a little bit about some challenges for Mochy in this game.
Yes.
But he seems to be doing very well.
I think Hideaki is playing outstanding right now. I mean, the pure play he found in that early back game position where he double slotted the 3 and 4.
Oh, yeah, the 5-2.
What a play. And he found the cube here at the right time. I mean, he's just playing truly amazing backgammon.
Yeah.
Mochy he's kind of like, he's also playing good, but he plays so well for so many moves where you can see, okay, this is Mochy playing, and then he kind of zones out, whether it's because of time pressure situations but he hasn't really found his top level yet.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, look at this.
Hideaki is rolling well. Doesn't look good for Mochy. Mochy really needs this anger also so he can get a complicated game going. Wow.
What a shot.
1, 2, 3, and I guess you make the 9 point, or maybe not. Maybe you make the 17.
I like your 9.2, but yeah, both seem reasonable.
Both seems reasonable, yeah.
Yeah.
It actually is slightly better, this one on 4-ply. So well played, Mochy. That was a crucial double 4 for Mochy.
Yeah, and of course they have no time to think about which one would be better here. They're just going to have to go with instincts.
Yes, I guess you make the 7 point here. Yeah, it's close though. 24-17 also makes sense.
Oh, they're just running.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Liberating one of the back checkers.
Nice. He rolls the 8 hit.
Hideaki is a 62% favorite here in this game. That's a nice play. I think he needs to play pure here. Yeah, hit on the 5. Exactly. Yes.
Very interesting.
Beautiful play.
You're well outboarded, but yeah.
Beautiful play. Okay, that's a powerful roll as well. And now we're going to see the switch, aren't we? He's thinking about the loose hit.
Look how close that is, too. I would, switch makes sense to me here. But...
Yeah, I mean, the reason that... Oh, that's
another
nice.
Great shot.
The golden point.
Yeah.
Definitely the golden point here.
But hitting is close. So
okay, it is close, yeah. It is close, my bad.
Yeah.
Hitting is actually pretty close. But he does find the best play. That's awkward. That's super awkward.
Yeah.
That's a 6. Okay, he needs to hit with play 6 to 1.
Okay.
Oh, that's a bad fan. But he's got the angers.
Ooh, this is another really awkward number. Well, we get to liberate a checker, so we're just going from the
Yeah.
back. It's not what we wanted to do, though,
No.
right? No.
It's an air ball, but I mean, he can still move his
Yeah.
checkers. Mochi needs to enter.
It's with the ace.
Okay, what about the 6?
I'm continuing with that one, I think. Yeah, I like this.
Just so you don't get to break your valuable points.
Yeah, they're all doing good work right now, so let's keep them.
Yes, okay, there's a hit, but I think Mochi was still happy with that roll, that he wasn't hit on the 5 point. He still has
yeah.
a chance to make the 5 point. Oh, that's a...
That is funny. Why doesn't anyone want that point? They're just leaving that checker there.
Oh, yeah. Mochi needs... He really wants to make the 5 point here. So 5-1, 2-1, double 1. Those are his... double 2 as well. 2-6 is... I don't think it's a hit here.
Oh, I didn't even look at that. I was just seeing
Yeah.
out, but
Okay, it's close. It's super close. When in doubt,
Yeah.
hit. Fair enough, Mochi. Even though you're outboarded and you're probably going to get a hit back. At least we got a battle going on here. It's very
finally
even.
someone acknowledges the checker on the 5. Wow, what does this do? This is a complicated game to
It
play
is.
with
It
such
is.
little time on the
Yeah.
clock.
Mochi
They're just
loves
going to
this,
race
actually.
through this. Yeah.
If Mochi was aware of the PR score right now, he would really like the fact that we have a complicated game going on.
That's a really good point. I hadn't thought of that.
5-2. Is that a double hit? I think it is. I think it's a double. Oh, it's close.
Yeah.
This is one of the plays that Sander Lylov versus Gus Hansen had. There was Sander's
Yeah.
play, and Morten Holm and Falafel was criticizing Sander for making the play. Mochi does it as well.
Yeah.
Nice double hit, Mochi. And he gets punished.
Yeah. What are these? Are just
Oh,
Incredible.
he fans.
such difficult decisions, like back to back over and over again here.
Yes.
You have 2 choices of hit here. So like but he doesn't get to think about it at all. Seems fine, yeah.
Mochi can save so much by just rolling a 5 here. He needs that 5. Okay.
What a shot.
Hey. So,
Which 2 checkers do we hit too? Jeez,
Oh,
like how is he
that's-
gonna figure any of this out?
Yeah,
I
which
think
one
it's
are
got to
we
be the
hitting?
4. I think it's got to be the 4.
they're
'Cause he-
equally good. They're equally good.
Oh wow, how can that be that close when you have to give up like the only other offensive point you have? You know,
Because you're sacrificing purity by playing 5-4.
that's true.
That's why.
Oh, another offensive.
Oh,
Look at
this
all-
is difficult. Yeah. Okay, so Mochi should actually just go for the back game maximization here. No, that's the wrong idea, Mochi.
Oh, yeah,
Double
that
hits.
was not one of the best
Ah.
plays.
No, that was a blitzing move. That makes no sense. I'm afraid
There
that
are-
it's going to be red. Okay, it's just a green.
Yeah. There were
Hideaki.
3 other great plays that we saw there, though. You know,
Yes.
so and he found none of them, unfortunately.
Okay, now he's going to play
Again.
2 from the 8, I think.
Well, are you even looking back at the anchor? Because he's had opportunity after opportunity to make the 20 point again.
He does.
And he's not going for it.
He's not going for it. Okay. Small error here. It's really
Yeah.
intense. They're under time pressure as well.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And now Hideaki has to figure out which blots to hit and what to do here.
Yeah, he
Okay.
might be tempted to switch with 6-5 as well, just to get
It
him
looks
off.
really good, and look at that evaluation. It comes up higher on 3 play than the best play. Interesting.
Yeah,
Little
exactly.
glitch in the matrix there, but
Yes. Okay, he doesn't hit
Wow.
the checker on the 3 point, which I love. And there's the triple back game. Wow, this is a complicated game.
I could spend like 2 hours reviewing this game after this match, and they're gonna play it in like 5 minutes, right? This is just wild.
Yeah, and they don't have any time to play. So now we're really
Oh,
gonna
this is-
test their instinct and their experience.
Yeah, he's like not sure if he should be hitting, but he's
Yeah.
got to do it, kind of thing. And he shouldn't have. He should have passed on the
Yes,
hit.
he
Actually,
should.
not clear by the evaluation either. Wow,
Yeah.
it's
I mean, Mochi has a chance now to
yeah,
what do you say, to catch up in the
yeah.
PR race.
Wow.
That's a reasonable move from Hideaki
Sure.
there. That's definitely a reasonable move. Okay, I think he should just. Is that the right
Yeah.
idea?
Why not? Don't get
no,
primed. I
no.
think- No, this
okay.
is good.
It's
This is
okay.
good.
It's okay.
This
It's
is
fine.
good.
I'm just scared of not having mobility with my back checker, so I'm a little bit scared about putting the spare checker on the 24 point. But to be honest, he can still play a 1, a 4, and a 6 from the 24 point, so I probably
Right.
shouldn't be that scared.
Yeah, you also prevent your opponent from making his bar point, which would decrease mobility of that 24 point as well.
Very true.
So
That's why the
it's
hit was
double-edged
good.
sword. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why the hit was good.
And now look at this. He's got 9 checkers back against Hideaki's 5.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good
Yeah.
shot.
That should make things a little easier on both
Yes.
players. It's
Okay,
a
the
little more
4.
static of a position. Yeah.
Yes, the 4 is clear. Yeah, we might. I mean, we could have seen 6-4 there with the deuce, just giving up the front position completely.
Yeah.
Oh, what is
Ooh,
this?
What is this? I guess he's got to break the bar point. It looks like.
Yes,
That's
but
gotta be
just
part
break
of
it. Just break it with one of them. There's no need to play inefficient. He sees it.
Yeah.
Wow, good play. Good play.
believe they're
There's
finding
no need to
plays.
kill the second checker as well. Then it's better to just leave the triple shot.
Okay, I guess he's gonna hit again, but
Ah.
well, he's not supposed to. Why
no,
not?
he's not supposed to.
This is not the plan. Okay,
Beautiful
he's just
play
gonna
from Mochy. Wow, what a
let him
beautiful play.
crunch. Wow.
3-1 now. He's kind of forced to hit. He's forced to hit, but leave the blood on the 7 point. They play well. They play
Yeah.
really well right now. They're in the
Especially
zone.
fast. This is crazy.
Yeah. What can
Not
you
a
play
good
here?
4.
Okay,
17,
okay.
13's a little better. That is your
Yeah.
timing. Yeah, why not? You don't
Yes.
need that point.
Doesn't
Yeah.
really matter too much. I think
Yeah.
maybe it's a smaller mistake, to be honest. But there's a bit of impurity by playing a checker behind the anchor.
Mhm.
Ugh. Okay. Yeah.
It's not like double aces.
It's not well placed, the checker on the deuce point.
No. But you're obviously not giving up your anchors yet. This is a long game.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna see some small inaccuracy from both players here. Hideaki needs to be careful with the time now. Okay. Small error from Hideaki, or small inaccuracy according to 4ply.
Yeah.
5-3. Are we gonna see a hit? No need to hit. No need to hit Mochy.
Oh, they're almost tied. I mean,
Okay.
you almost. I think the dream is that he has to hit your blot on the deuce.
Yes. You
And
really
if-
circulate.
Yeah.
Okay. So we
Wow.
finally got to see like a crazy back game position, a triple
11
back
checkers
game.
back now. Yeah.
Yeah. He
I'm
could-
too stressed out by this to commentate, man. This
Yeah.
is just wild.
I think I would just make the midpoint here, but
Yeah, keep checkers
apparently-
moving. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. I just think that the XG filter didn't catch the move on 4ply. But I think it
So
was
many
a flat-
options. That's going to happen over and over again. It's going to be
Yes.
impossible to follow the XG feed on this one. Like, you really do need to go back through and plus everything and look at the candidates.
Yeah. So actually,
Yeah.
the final verdict on the official score is going to be exciting to see here.
Yeah, it could change a lot.
Good.
And he did not have to hit there, but he went
Nope.
for it, and it's fine, apparently.
And Hideaki correctly
Yes.
disregards the hit on the 23 point. It's
Yeah.
a liability right now for Mochy, that
Of course.
block.
And the 9 to 7 is a huge improvement.
Yes.
But he's fine on timing, I think. I don't think he can keep all 3 anchors without much worry at all.
Oh, wow, what a play. Yeah,
gonna
that's
hit.
okay, Mochy. I guess it's okay.
Oh, he should hit in the board instead. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
better for
small
timing.
things. I mean, as long
Yeah.
as they're just making 20 errors here, it's
Yeah.
not a huge deal. They gotta avoid the big blunders.
This really, I always say neither of them's ever going to time out, but if they were ever going to, this is the scenario.
Look at this play from Mochy. Such
Yeah.
a good play.
Oh, such a bad-
That's, I guess, it's not a bad roll from Hideaki.
No. We're just playing pure. He's going to make the 5 point and see what happens next, right? I don't think he wants to be recycled.
Yeah, okay, look at the 4ply. Wants to make the 4 point instead of 5. It makes no sense. Okay, he doesn't care about making the points. I mean, I can't blame him.
Yeah.
This is so cool to see how they play this position. That's awkward. That's
Ooh,
very
not good.
awkward. I think you need to
It's
like
not
go
a
the
good
17.
Yeah. He was hesitant to do it last time, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Good.
that's the one that got to go. Yeah.
Good instinct from Mochy.
Timing is great for Mochy now too. That's a great roll.
Wow, and what a move he finds.
Yeah.
It's a lovely move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to keep it simple, especially, I mean, clock management situations. That makes a lot of sense too.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, and he could play 6-3. Yeah, I like that move. That's my play. But just make a move, Mochy, down to 21 seconds. And Hideaki's got how many 19 seconds?
Yeah, I think he's 18. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, a small inaccuracy here from Hideaki. It's not too efficient to get a checker up on the 7 point because it's better to keep it alive outside.
Oh, he's going to be forced to hit, I think, here. Yeah.
Yes, and he
just-
doesn't like it. Mochi has a
Oh,
great
you don't need to
position.
do this. Just play a checker in. You don't need to look at all the options here, Hideaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, exactly.
It's not worth the time.
Exactly.
You should be scrambling in this situation every time you roll a set just to make a play, pretty
Yeah.
much, right? Yeah.
5-1. Okay, Mochy actually has a little bit of a front position here, but he's not gonna hit if he doesn't have to.
This brings 2 checkers home, so just do it. Yep. Oh, there is a better play, but okay.
Yeah. Splitting the 11 point. Oh, that's so bad.
It's always
1,
the double
2,
twos
3, 2,
for me,
yeah.
in my experience. I think other people have said it's the big sets. For me in a back game, it's always the twos. You think you've got it perfectly timed, you're ready to just run those spares, and then the double twos hit.
Yeah. But to be honest, it probably doesn't matter too much because the hit here is gonna come so late. So hopefully Mochy has reestablished the 5 and the 6 point. at
Still
that
very
time.
live. Yeah.
Okay, so now Hideaki is not scared of getting hit, so he should just maximize. He gets a new time. Yeah, okay. Hideaki is a good sportsman.
Yeah.
He presses the clock and gives another 12 seconds to Mochy. Hideaki's strategy here is to just play as flexible as possible. He can completely disregard safety as a concept. It doesn't matter if he gets hit. All that matters is that he stays flexible and clears his points.
Yeah, I think 23-20 here, but you would love some time to think about whether you need to break the
Good
20
play.
or not yet.
Yeah. Don't break it. You don't have to break it.
Nice.
That's fine. I mean, this is fun. Hideaki got through the minefield, or what do you call the minefield? Is that a word?
Yeah, minefield for sure.
He got through the minefield here. So many
And
traps,
2.
so many bombs.
This is
lurking.
3 for sure. And then I don't think he leaves the shot yet, but he can. That's interesting. Maybe.
Oh, 12 seconds, 11 seconds. Ooh.
Yeah.
And the umpire. Yeah, need to stop the clock. Yeah, this is a classical transcription error scenario.
Oh, it's so hard to keep up, yeah. That was an interesting scenario to think about, just volunteering while Mochy has all those blops.
Yes,
You know?
exactly. He considered it.
Okay.
6-5 still can't move. So now Mochy maybe has to let go of the 20 point. I think he does.
I think
with a
now's the
5.
time.
Yeah, and then you.
Question
go to
is,
5 point. That's
this
fine.
is fine.
That's fine. Yeah, and there are some triple shots here. That is not one of them. Nope. He can play it. 6-4 would have been triple shot.
There could be another game after this still.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and
then anything. Yeah, there you go.
and 4.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oof. Yeah, exactly. Just move something. The ace. Okay, he's thinking about slotting here. But
Ooh,
it's
it doesn't
that's a
seem
trap.
like the right idea.
Yes, good play, Hideaki.
Yeah,
Another
Mochy's ready now. Even though he doesn't have the 6 mate, it's too threatening, and now he really needs to not leave a shot. If there was a volunteer, it was much earlier. Deuce, we're gonna keep.
Okay, I
doing
mean
nothing.
that's the thing with Hideaki. He killed so many of his high numbers here, and now
he's really
Mochy has
winning
to.
the timing battle so effectively with
Yes.
all this. Yeah,
Exactly, and Mochy is actually the one with worst timing now. He has
Yeah.
to leave one of his angers prematurely.
Oh, okay, this clears safe. I see.
Clears, it
I was gonna
clears.
say.
Yeah.
I'm looking immediately for a number that makes the deuce, and he just misses that again. You know.
Yeah. We gotta remember. Okay, Mochy doesn't care about losing a gammon. For that reason, he can leave the blot on the 23 point.
Got it. Okay. Ooh, what a shot.
Yeah,
That's gonna get us a lot closer.
As we saw, he had 6 checkers, not 5 on the 6 point. Hideaki has the tendency to just put them right on top of each other, so we can't really see here from the above or from the bird's view whether we have. Ooh! Okay. Sorry, I got excited.
I thought that might be the one as well. Yep. Ooh,
yeah.
this is a decision too. You have
It
to
is.
come from the back. Wow.
Yeah, you have to come from the back, and he doesn't have many seconds to find this play. 19, 18, 17. Come on, Mochy. He
Yeah.
chooses the safe way out. Small
Very
error.
understandable. Very understandable. Yep. Ooh, look at this. Oh, never mind. Sorry, 6 off, and then the 4 can come off. Okay.
But it could be a winning shot here, you know. This is Mochy's chance. Oh, I hit the clock. He just lost a second. Hideaki from fumbling. So Mochy, this is your time. Wow, he hits it. This is a crucial moment in the whole final. You got 14 seconds, Mochy. 13 seconds. Wow. Mochy is a favorite now.
Oh, look at this.
Oh,
she can get a
it's
second
not
checker loose too.
Not exactly a good roll, is it? Maybe
It's a little bit for everybody.
Yeah, a little bit for everybody.
There we okay.
Oh, that's the nail in the coffin.
And now they are going to play him under the game, most likely.
Yes, unless one of them loses on time, which would be surprising. Oh, it's getting worse for Hideaki.
Yeah.
Double 5. Okay.
You got to get some outfield presence for sure.
Yes, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay,
That wouldn't have been what I thought, but Bot likes that.
Yeah,
Wow, great
26 to 26.
play. Oh, this is actually a very good shot for Hideaki to switch to the ace and cover that.
Yeah. But now Mochi is going to try to go for more of a trap style play. Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah, he needs to pull him off the anchor to win this comfortably.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, 2-1. Ow.
Oh, that's so horrible.
Oh,
2-6. Okay, Mochi is just
Yeah, sure.
cruising now. 93% winning chances. It has to be a miracle now for Hideaki. And I think Mochi is also going to pick up the last one if he gets the chance, which he probably... Yeah, he should.
Yeah.
He should stay.
Sure.
He should stay. Why
Looks
not?
like a reasonable place to do it.
Yeah. It's the spare checkers are still reasonably well placed. Okay, now he's running, and yeah, doesn't really matter. I think
That's interesting. I wouldn't really think about that, but
doesn't matter too much.
yeah.
Gives a little bit better outfield control in case of the 6-1 from the bar. More hitters. Yeah.
Returns on the 1-6.
Yes.
Okay, 1-3.
That's the one. Okay, so Hideaki is getting ready for a double 6. Okay, it's 5-1.
This is not optimal bear off position for
It isn't.
Mochi, but it's clean enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not so much. It's more of a race. Like he's scared of the double 6 now for Hideaki. That's
Yes.
Hideaki's way out. That's the way he win this game. He does have 14% here, Hideaki. Okay, that's not double 6.
10 seconds and 13 seconds. Is that what that is? I think
Yeah.
that was illegal. Yeah, he played 2 threes. So
Yes, it made sense because it wouldn't make any sense to look at the deuce first and then consider the 3.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a shot. Just minimize shots, Mochi. Yeah. 13 seconds left on the clock. Can he hit with a 4? Nope. That would have been fun though. That would have given a lot of tough decisions. Maybe Hideaki is happy not to roll the 4. Oh wow. Perfect
interesting.
roll.
Interesting.
Perfection. Double
We've
3.
got problem 3s already though for the rest of the game. So
Another forced move.
there we go. We're gonna leave a shot right away. Why would they wait?
Just peel them off. Yeah. Riff. No, rip. Not riff.
Yeah.
Rip.
What a slimy way this would be to win a match, huh?
Now we have decisions. Now both players will get some tough decisions. This is a Backgammon position.
Yeah, which is super confusing to me.
Oh yes, here
Now-
for instance.
Yeah,
Good play.
with a better board, I would think about the 2-1, but I guess it's better to just not have another checker involved.
Yes, because Mochi is still ahead in the race. That's why.
Yeah.
But I mean, under this kind of pressure, it's you need to keep your head cool to realize that you're ahead in the race.
Yeah.
Good play, Mochi.
Narrow miss. Reasonable.
Okay, good outfield control. Yeah, good play from Hideaki. Wow, what
Great
a
shot.
shot. Now he needs
Entering
to get
2s, that's actually good just for diversification. Gets to enter on the ace.
Yeah,
That's nice.
there's not much contact gain from that blot on the 19. Mochi is now in the driving seat once more. That takes a checker off. Yes.
Yep.
Move the 4 first, and then the 5 after.
Back in the driver's seat.
Yes. It's a 97% favorite now. Needs to be okay. There's another shot, and just get checkers off, Mochi. Yeah. And this is crucial for Hideaki. No. Nope. Mochi's back. What a fantastic game this was.
Oh my gosh. But we have more. The match isn't over yet.
The
Now
match
they're
isn't
at
over
2.
yet. And,
This is easily the most exciting match that they've played.
Yes.
The new 2021 Galaxy Earthboard is a tournament luxury board optimized for travel. Pre-order now. Details in the description below.
And impressively
my
impressive
gosh.
the way they played this game, both players.
Yeah, those PRs are unbelievable. I haven't had a chance to keep an eye on it, but it's the kind of game where if I'm in that spot, I'm expecting to go transcribe that afterward and play like a 10.
Yeah.
Right? And just like, can I hang on to a 5 average for the match? You know? Like, it's just there's too many really complicated decisions, and you just have to pick something because that's higher equity than losing on time. You know?
I mean, you have to play really good backgammon, and that's what they did with so little time here. Super complicated positions. The triple back game.
I wonder what they're chatting about here. Maybe they want a little break. It's been a long match, so. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay. So it's a Gammon Go score as well.
Yes, post Crawford, Gammon Go for Mochy. It's actually against the. Oh, is it post? It's post Crawford. Yeah, post Crawford, of course. So.
Oh, that was a. Yeah,
Go.
you're right. Yeah.
It's post Crawford. So it's not Gammon Go. We're just gonna play a double match point here.
Yeah.
Hideaki takes a deep breath, takes the cube, and presses
Knows
the
that he's ahead and has to. Yeah.
Wow, perfect.
Yep.
Perfection. Perfecta. It's actually illegal to take a break in the UBC final, Nick.
Oh, okay. That's good to
During
know.
the 7-point match. Yeah.
Yeah.
No breaks.
Very reasonable.
Okay, Mochy is just producing now, huh? He's a 64% favorite now to win match 6.
Interesting decision here. So we go for the flexibility rather than priming ourselves with an anchor, of course. That makes sense. Try to make a higher anchor. 6-2. What does this do? The hit 2 looks very tempting. This leaves a direct 6, so it's a little tricky, but man, they're just having to pick one and go with it.
Yeah, it's a prime or blitz decision, and it was very tricky. So
yeah,
I understand.
They were very close.
Very close, yeah. But I mean, just from looking at it, the priming game plan makes much more sense, but the tactical advantage of hitting 2 checkers were, of course, very big. Now he has the same choice.
A similar decision, except there isn't a great priming play to go with it this time, so I think you got to go for it.
That's
he can hit from the anchor.
Yes, exactly. But what a beautiful play he finds.
Yeah.
So much better than hitting from the anchor and giving up the golden point.
Yeah.
Really, really strong play from Mochy.
Man.
Oh, that's a good shot as well. How do we
5
play
and
this?
probably covers. He's gonna think about switching, huh?
Switch it, Mochy. Oh, small mistake. 41 mistake.
Oh,
but fair enough.
Wait, what is this? He has to hit and come to the edge.
He doesn't hit. Oh, it's not even a blunder. It's a mistake, but it's not a blunder. Okay, so Hideaki made a mistake here. Slightly bigger mistake than Mochy's. Wow, what a shot that is. Now he's got the 5 prime. Just move an ace, Mochy, before your time backs. Time starts ticking. Okay, Mochy is in a great shape here.
Yeah. I'm so stressed out for both of them.
69% favorite here for Mochy. So the question is, does he run now or does he just wait?
No, look at this. Slot the 3 is the play. How do you like that?
Oof, yeah, that's tricky. Yeah, that's a mistake from Mochy. It's not a blunder, but it's a mistake.
Yeah, I don't expect him to find super technical things like that.
Yeah, it opens up for the counter prime here, and that's exactly what we're seeing from Hideaki.
And you just don't have the pressure to do it yet. And the other solution to the pressure, like we've talked about, is to slot the prime.
Yes.
And just have an easy ride home.
Okay, Hideaki doesn't want to roll double 5 here. Oh, now it's a double 5. I feel bad calling it out.
Yeah, you did it to him. You just did it to him. The 2-6 is pretty good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shot.
That's
fine. Hideaki wants a double ace now.
Better. Oh, he doesn't know which ace to spend. Wow, this is tough. Which do you do? And look how close they are. Oh, at least he can't make a mistake. But yeah, this is the best though too.
5 seconds, Hideaki. Oh, 5.5 seconds left.
Oh my god.
Good play from Hideaki.
And now we hit off the edge for sure, right? I mean,
really?
Wow, look at this, and it's not even definitely right. I can't believe that.
Actually, it was my instinct not to hit, but
wow.
Good
it's priming, man. I don't want him on the edge of the prime. Let's go for it.
That's true. I was just scared
so we have to cover.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's the 6 prime.
He's gonna take all of his delay time to kind of recoup on these too, I guess. You know. Yes. Oh, cover and hit, right?
No.
Oh, no. It's a 6 prime, so we can't do that. Yeah. So we have to do this and hope he rolls some low numbers and cracks. So.
Yeah. But there's not too many of them. There's 4-2, 2-1.
Yep.
It's not them. Yeah, there was 4-2, double 4, double 2,
Yep.
double 3. Okay, yeah. This is the wrong idea. This is a blunder, actually. This is a blunder! Blunder.
I thought he was going to go for a 6-5 4-2 and just hope to get a bunch of checkers hit.
Yeah. And he was lucky here, Hideaki. Now he actually gets a counterplay. If Mochy had just fanned, he would have been basically game over.
Yeah.
Hideaki, he got rewarded from a bad play.
Oh, look at this. This could work. This is
It could work.
definitely not a favorite.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Hideaki got lucky. If he gets a 6, he's a big favorite.
Oh,
He does
what
get
a shot.
6. Oh.
And he's still got so much work to do, but yeah, not even a big favorite yet, but a favorite for sure.
Mochy wants to hit that ace to send the third checker back.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what a shot. Yeah. Now he's a huge favorite.
Mochy needs an ace. Okay, that's a good
And
ace.
performs, okay. But
That's a
still,
really-
Hideaki's got so much timing now. This should be very manageable with the other checker at the edge of the prime
Yes,
and everything.
Hideaki's a big favorite here.
Yeah.
Mochy doesn't really have any upcoming decisions in the next couple of rows because he's just going to be trying to enter from the bar, while Hideaki might have some decisions. Okay,
I don't know if anchoring or entering here is good or not at this point. He's got
Okay.
so much... Oh, this is good.
This
That's
is
a good
good.
way to end.
That's the way to do it. 3-2.
Way to go.
Okay, this is a very close decision. Close position here.
Yeah, I can't tell who's winning.
Both players have 2 checkers trapped behind a 5 prime.
He can duplicate the 6, I bet he's thinking about,
that's
but he's just going to do this, yeah.
Yeah, 10 seconds left for Mochy. 10.9 seconds. 5-4. Okay. So I guess 6s come out and 7s hit.
Oh, yeah, you've got to come out with the 6.
Definitely.
Wait, just make the play.
Definitely
3 to
come
1.
out. Otherwise, you're gonna crunch. Yes. Good play, Mochy. Beautiful play. Okay, Mochy is back as a favorite. 53% favorite here.
5-2,
This is
and
really
this
exciting.
This attacking game plan can definitely work.
Yes,
Just
it's-
needs a couple 6s in time.
Mochy is in a good shape now, but it depends on whether Hideaki can roll a 6 or not.
Oh, how about 2? He can't cover, so there's still some danger.
Oh, it's not over yet. Mochy has to
Right.
roll an ace.
3.9 seconds on the clock, too. He better not have any tough decisions.
Oh, he's lucky there. Yeah, exactly. What if Mochy rolled the ace?
Yeah.
Oh, Hideaki.
Either 3. Oh, why is he? I need him to stop thinking about plays and just make them. He's got a winning position. There's just the only thing he can do is lose on clock. Just go ahead and make some mistakes, right? But there's the pressure of this PR race, I guess.
What an exciting game.
Legendary.
Legendary, yeah.
All right. And it's not over. We've seen this get goofy at the end, too, right? Not the best spare distribution. Big inner gaps.
Yes.
Yeah, Mochi very
it's
much needs to
game
stay in now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically game over. But at least for the viewers, for you, like a joker comes around every 8 rolls in backgammon. You know, there's jokers coming all the time. So it's nothing about rigged dice or anything like this. All backgammon sites and backgammon apps have been accused of having rigged dice. It's just, I mean, each die only have 6 sides, so you're gonna see double 6s, 1 in 36 rolls. And
Yeah.
sometimes after you roll a double 6, 1 in 36 times, you're gonna see another double 6. So jokers happens all the time, and we get to see that here as well in the live on the biggest stage of backgammon.
Oh, what is the PR race in this one, too?
Yeah,
Oh,
Hideaki's
Hideaki's going to win 2 points in this,
Yes,
too.
yeah, it's brutal.
Wow. That's a huge swing for him.
Yes, it is. And Mochy was actually winning this match earlier on, or at least the favorite in the match. And that's the,
Oh, painful, painful.
how well did they play, huh?
I cannot believe that they're both like under 3 and under 2 in that, like, those last 2 games, how fast they had to play, how little clock time they had. I don't think I've seen a match where someone got under 5 seconds yet. I think they both need a nap right now.
Look at this.
Yeah. What are they? Is there any like formality to how much break they get now or anything like that? Because man, I would be just wiped after that match.
Yeah.
Next match, very difficult.
Yeah. Probably gonna. I think actually it's Mochi's mom sitting over there in the background.
Oh,
I think
okay,
it's
okay.
Mochi's
I haven't
mother.
met her. I haven't met her.
Yeah.
I've been to the Tokyo Open once, so I got to meet a lot of people.
I'm not
there.
completely sure. I've met Mochy's mom once, but
Yeah?
I think that's Mochy's mother, but I'm not completely sure.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
now Mochy sees the PR result that he's probably going to lose 2 points, but ooh, that was a tough one. And it's also intimidating. Let's see the results here, the official results. Okay, 2.94 for Mochy, 2.09 for Ueda.
Okay, so plus hit him a little bit harder each. Not too surprising for some inaccuracies in there, but really close to what we saw, and that's still just unbelievable for how much time pressure they were under in that match.
Yeah,
Can't
incredible.
believe it. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And it's kind of intimidating for Mochy. You get into this super complicated, super intense match, and then Ueda plays at 2.0.
Yeah, for both of them. Neither of them, they're both probably thinking, oh, my opponent's definitely capable of making mistakes, and just neither of them gives up almost anything.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted watching that, trying to keep up with what the right decisions were.
Yes.
And they're having to make the calls over the board, too. That's just crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Nick. I'm heading on for the secret Grandmaster analysis section.
I hope that video is going to be about 2 hours long on this one. I think you've got a lot of ground to cover.
We'll probably have to cut it short and just focus on some key decisions. But I guess I'll see you again tomorrow, Nick.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'll be back. I'm gonna sleep well tonight.
Good, that's good. Okay, and for all of the viewers, smash the like button, please. Thank you very much. Click the notification and stay tuned because we're going to be right back after this short break with the secret Grandmaster analysis.
The UBC is produced by Backgammon Galaxy. Play among the stars. Hi there. This is the amazing team who made the UBC production that you're watching right now. You can support us by donating any amount using this QR code or the link in the description below. Donate $50 or more to get a personal shout-out later in the video by Marc Olsen. Donate $1,000 to get a shout-out and your own custom avatar on Galaxy. Thank you so much for your support. Another way to support Backgammon Galaxy is to place your sports bets on betgalaxy.net, the fastest way to build your Bitcoin bankroll while Bitcoin is skyrocketing. BetGalaxy.net is a Bitcoin-only bookmaker created by the Galaxy team and accepts players worldwide. Create an account now and place your sports bets.
Okay, guys, are you as adrenaline shocked as I am? I'm almost like shaky still from watching this match. What an intense match. What a legendary match. This one, we're going to remember this match. First of all, how well they played and also how exciting it was, and the jokers and the games, the triple back games. Hideaki just playing a 2.0 in this match with 15 seconds left on the clock. Mochy played amazing as well, also low on time. So yeah, remember this match, guys. Match 6 in the UBC 2020 World Championship title match between Mochy and Hideaki. What a legendary match. Okay, so before we go to our secret Grandmaster of today, I have a couple of shout-outs. So a big shout-out to my friend from Portugal, Francisco Dominguez, donating $100. Thank you so much, Francisco. And to Brian Penton and Melanie Hughes, each of them donating $50. So thank you, guys. Another shout out to Ralph Bird from the Melbourne Open. The Melbourne Open is going to be a big online series this year. It's going to be played on Galaxy right after UBC event finishes, actually. There's satellites and different events, and the main event is a €500 event. So stay tuned for that one. That's going to be really exciting. Okay, guys. Let's head into it. We have a lot of ground to cover today, and I have a very special Grandmaster. It's actually the King of the Hill, or the King of the Galaxy, you could say. So let's see.
Hi Mark, thank you for having me.
Mr. Zdeněk Siska. Oh, I forgot to change your name tag, Zdeněk. Let me just change it. There. Zdeněk Siska. Oops, my bad. Slightly embarrassing for the viewers to wait 10 seconds. There we go. Okay, good. Sorry, my bad. Welcome to the show, Zdeněk. I'm screwing up here. I'm still shaky from that match, so I'm making mistakes here.
Yeah, wow. I mean, to have such a last game like this, I mean, if this was the first game of the match, I mean, nobody would remember this.
Yeah.
But to have a last game like this with so short time, nobody expected like anything to have so many decisions with so short time. Yeah, wow.
Crazy. Yeah, so I mean, we already almost 2 hours into the stream, or actually 2 hours into the stream here. So we gotta be precise and accurate and give the viewers some good quality stuff here. So let's have a look. Let's begin with game one and let's see the moves that our grandmaster here, Zdeněk Čižka, have flagged for us. So we got the first flag in game one, a 6-2, Zdeněk. What's going on here?
So we've got a 6-2. So I will first say how I will basically approach all the positions, and all the positions how I approach is the way that I of course compare the futures. Yeah, I don't describe like how the position looks like, but how the position is gonna develop. So basically here I saw the comments and I saw the commentating. So there was two considerations between 2 down, breaking the midpoint, and playing 13-7-6-4 of course. So as Mark pointed out in the commentary before, so first of all, every time we leave a shot, I mean here especially a double shot, we have to realize like how many numbers is that, right? So 13-7-6-4 is the double shot, obviously 20 numbers. If we play 2 down, it leaves all the ones, 5-3, 6-4, and double fours, right? Which is I think 16 or 17, I guess, right? So to make it simpler, let's say it's like the same, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as Mark pointed out, it's if we play 2 down and we get hit, I mean the shape looks just so much more badly, right? Since we get hit, we lose connectivity, we cannot escape with that checker, and that's what's just gonna happen most of the time, right? And if we play 6-2-4, again, if we go through the numbers, in case we get missed, everything just plays so pure, you know, everything just plays nicely.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like 13-7-6-2-4 as well.
Okay, yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, so it's about how your position is after each of the hits. You give a little bit more hits, but you have a much nicer position in both the good cases where you get missed and even when you get hit as well. So yeah, they did find the right play. We have so much interesting stuff to cover here in this analysis. Okay, we got the 2-1 from Mochy. This was a funny little one as well. The pick and pass from Mochy, which was a small mistake.
Yeah. So the thing is, here I would compare the gain and loss, right? So you definitely gain on 5-6, which Hideaki actually wrote, 5-6, 5-4, 5-1, right? But you basically kind of lose the purity and like nice structure on everything else. So basically, like if you play this, like pick and pass play, I mean, look just how all sixes play, right? Like 6-1, 6-2, 6-3, 6-4. It's not gonna be nice. Like really, it's not gonna be nice. So I prefer just to clean the 9, but it's so difficult to play, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So there's also some tactics here, which numbers play well. After the right play, the sixes play, at least the 6-2, 6-5 plays really well. Double six is also reasonable. So yeah, I mean, but I think it's a tricky decision. I think I said it over the board as well, or over the board during the commentary, that at least Mochy's play has the asset of solving the problem with that annoying little goalkeeper every time he enters with a 5, which was what happened. But you point out the weakness with the play as well. So yeah, tricky little one. And that's it. I mean, not too much happened in game 1. Our adrenaline was not pumping yet. It was just a normal backgammon match. We didn't really know what we were heading into. So I'm heading on to game 2. And also in game 2, they played quite well, if I recall. Not too much. Oh yeah, there's a flag there. A 3-2 for Mochy.
Yeah, this was a really interesting play. I mean, this is something to think about, right? I mean, first of all, the flag should like turn up when you play 13-8, that you've got 5 checkers on the 8 point, and then everywhere else you just got no checkers at all, right? But the thing is, like, just imagine, 13-10. I mean, if you play 13-8, just imagine how the double threes play and how the 5-3 play next for you. So let's just imagine that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you play 13-8, how your 5-3 plays next row, how your double 3 plays, it's just so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it's gonna be bad. Like, you're basically in a horrible position, which I cannot imagine even.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if you play 13-10, 8-6, look what the swing is, right? I mean, 5-3. I mean, it just covers the deuce if we don't get hit. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
If we roll double 3, of course, it's not good, but it's pretty standard position, pretty nice. So this is like the biggest swing on 5-3 and double three, I guess. But so what do we lose, right? This is what we gain. We gain on 5-3, double three. And what do we even lose? I mean, why should we care to have the checker on the 10? Well, I guess if he rolls 1-5, he's not even gonna hit. Theoretically, if he rolls 2-5, he double hits. So there we probably lose a little bit, but still, it's just we don't lose basically on any numbers, and we gain so much purity and nicer structure, and just on 5-3, double three, just a huge swing.
Yes, and even on the double five, which is such a great number anyway, you don't really lose much. Maybe you even gain because maybe you add to your contact value by getting that extra checker down. Probably not, but the loss is not there's not a big difference even after the double five as well. So I like your analysis here, Stanjek. Bigger gain, smaller risk, essentially.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. As you pointed out, after double five, I mean, what's the difference between the position if we get hit or not get hit, right? I mean, if we cannot see it by a human eye, I mean, bot will not see it either, so there's no difference, right? So it's just, yeah, exactly, we just don't lose anything.
I guess in speed gammon, where you don't have too much time to think about the tactics, you could even just say, we don't like stacks, we want to play flexible, so make a flexible play. And we have the better inner board, so we can play bold, make a flexible play. But yeah, I like your analysis. Okay, then we got the first blunder of the match. Hideaki this was simply the wrong idea. He had misunderstood this position and he applied the wrong concept. So what went wrong here, Stanjek, and what do you think about this position?
Yeah, maybe his first and maybe even his last mistake. Yeah, he played very good, except this. To be honest, I will just hit on the 18 here, but I mean, the thing is here, I mean, pretty easy, what we cannot do, right? What's gonna happen if we just don't hit? Well, we just let white play, right? So we allow white to make the 7 point, which is gonna be horrible. I mean, if white makes the 7 point, well, what's black gonna do? I mean, he needs to get lucky to roll 3. Of course, he's gonna do it eventually, but white will just control everything, right? So, I mean, that's just something what we don't want. Or he just hits the outfield bot and make it later. So, yeah, I will just hit on the 18. I mean, I can see that on the 7 it's even better, but it just, I guess, whatever you want to achieve, right? I mean, you have to know how to play next. So if you hit on a 7, you have to be prepared that you will get into the deep back game where you will just probably have like 7 checkers in the back. If you play 2018, you have to know how to keep the contact and keep the anchors next. So it just however you feel, I guess.
Which one of these two game plans do you think is more complicated, actually? Because I find it very, very complicated, these games where it's not really a back game, but you have so many back checkers and now the battle is in the outfield.
To be honest, I think if I would hit 8-7, then white would have much easier decisions. I think, I'm not really sure. But I think if I hit on the 18, I mean, what's white gonna do? Where does he wanna hit? Of course on a 5, but if I hit, it can get like, if I hit on the 18, I feel like it may go either way, right? I can actually get him to play the back game. If I just hit on a 7, I will be still in defensive position, and he will just have easy decisions, and I will be the one having tough decisions.
That's a good point. I didn't like the play. It immediately stood out to me that it was the wrong idea. I think maybe Hideaki, and of course he played this game better than anyone probably would have, or this match better than anyone would have played it. But in this particular situation, I think maybe he was thinking that he was in a back game situation where he needs to play pure and all, but it's just not the right idea. The idea is to liberate back checkers and gain some outfield control and not be trapped in a back game, because playing a back game with 50 pips down and with a deuce point made is really, really difficult. And then he's using the last valuable spare checker on the 6 point to hit loose, and yeah, it just doesn't do anything. This would make more sense if he was. It doesn't make sense. Let's move on. Let's just move on. So we got the next move here from Mochy, a 3-2. Another interesting decision.
It's very interesting, and yeah, this might seem natural, like we want to make the 7, of course, but the reality is like, are we ever gonna make it? Like, really, what is actually going to happen? like, yeah, it might seem like we gonna make the 7, so we keep it slotted, but, well, black is on the roll, right? So what's gonna happen most of the time? I mean, we can see it, right? We got 36 numbers. I mean, some may duplicate it. And most of the time, he's just gonna hit and make a point inside, right? So later on, he's just gonna hit on a 7. So in what future are we actually making the 7 point here? So we are actually getting trapped by this, I would say. In case when we just play 7-2-4, I don't really think we want to get hit here. So we just don't have connectivity. We just get lost behind.
Again, maybe Mochy was also in this back game mode where getting hit and safety is not really an issue, but it is actually here because there's the battle of the outfield right now, and you don't want to get hit and with the tempo, and then he gets the outfield control with that blood on the 18 point. So yeah, and as you said, points out, it's very unlikely that he's going to make the 7 point now anyway. But of course, I mean, Mochy was playing pure here. It's a little bit impure to put a checker up on the 4 point here. This checker is not useful at all. We call it a daily builder. It's semi-dead. All it can do, it goes to the 8 point. So Mochy was trying to play efficient and pure here, but it's just not really the right idea.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, so 6-5 for Mochy. Another interesting decision.
Yeah, one of the most. I mean, these two decisions are like. I mean, it looks automatic, but actually, again, what we have to realize, right? All the things together. Like, if we play 24-13, it's not safe at all. Like, we are leaving 6 8s plus 5 6, so we leave actually 8 numbers, right? 8 numbers to hit. If we stay on the 18, it's 3-1, well, 13. So we still leave some shots, but the thing is, again, what is actually happening in this game? Black really wants to use that checker on the 23, right? And when he pops out to the outfield, we obviously want to hit it, right? Like, how else are we going to bring the checkers home? What actually happened at the end? And when we hit it, do we really want to leave the checker on the ace like that? Well, we really don't want to, since, but this is like one of the most difficult plays, I guess.
Yeah.
Of the game.
Yeah, I think actually it's similar to the previous mistake we just watched, that it's not really a back game. It's more of the outfield control that matters. Like I think you say it perfectly. When blue pops out, white wants to hit. You know, he doesn't want to play pure. He wants to hit, and therefore the ace point is actually an asset, not a liability. But it is a little bit counterintuitive when you're in the back game mode and you just want to play pure. So I think, yeah, of course the computer is so sharp, it finds these moves. But I can understand why Mochy was confused here. I think I would probably make the same mistake, to be honest. But I can see the logic of making the ace point.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah.
Another one right after 4-3 for Mochy here. Again, we've defined the game plans now. Actually, maybe we don't have to say too much about this one because it's just the same concept, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, Mochy tries to play pure and bring his checkers home, where in reality he needs to prepare for hitting in the outfield when Hideaki pops out. I think maybe the key is the lack of timing here for Hideaki. He has one spare checker left to play on his own side of the board, the blood on the 15 point. And then he's forced to either break the golden point or to come out with a 5 with that last spare checker on the 23 point. So there's going to be a hit in the outfield soon. He better brace himself. Okay, this one, I'm looking forward to hearing your analysis on this one, Zdeněk. The double 5 for Mochy, very tricky play.
This one is really beautiful, since it's very unusual, right? Since, again, into some kind of back game like this, you should have a lot of timing. So usually you just want to clear the points with the purity and everything. But actually, again, the only thing I'm doing is asking the same question over and over again, like, what is actually happening? What's going to happen, right? So, well, if we play, I will call it Mochy move, or A2-3 twice, it's black is going to just play with one checker, what he's got free, right? And the thing is, who will be first to either leave the 8 point or opponent leave the 20 point, right, to 20 anchor? And we really want our opponent to get out of the anchor, and after then we want to just clean the 8 point, since we can just have some pick and passes. It just can be much easier for us.
Great point.
So if you could edit the position a little bit, so we could see what would happen if Hideaki had a little bit of more timing, then I guess we already checked.
Yes,
That it
and
is-
what should I move? Let's say I take a checker from Hideaki's deuce point, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
put it-
Just break his deuce point and put it somewhere on the outfield.
Okay, so I put one on the 6 point and one on the midpoint.
Yeah, for example.
So let's see
and just-
here. Yep, let's see on XG plus. Yes, then it swaps. Then the no, actually it's this position I got here is still slightly better, but it's very close. Let me give even more timing. And now it switches. Okay, so the position the viewers are watching is no, actually it still goes, but it becomes close. The ace point is still pretty good, but it's very close. I think so. Your point is the more timing blue or Hideaki gets, the less incentive you have for waiting on the 8 point, stacking up on the 8 point.
Mhm.
Yeah. And here Hideaki is clearly running out of timing, so Mochy can stack up on the 8 point and try to wait it out and have him break the golden point before Mochy breaks the 8 point. Like it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then we get into a cubing situation here. So this is a classic late back game position, and it's like a mid-range back game, the 2-5. No, oh, sorry, it's a shallow back game. But it's a very late in the game, because all Mochy has to clear is the 8 and the 6 point in front of the back game, and then he's in a good shape. So a small cube here for Mochy that he missed. Do you have anything to say here, Stanek?
Just one thing, and that it would be much more interesting if the score was 0-0, since there could be some pass. Like, at 2-0, you're just gonna always take this, right? So I really like that Mochy waited actually, just a bit, because even if you're like double 2, double 4, I don't know. You just want to get 1 point sometimes, just if you get 2 points, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
at
just
0-0, it's a bigger double and a smaller take, but it's still a significant take. It's approximately half the margin of a take than at 2-0. So the score does matter a little bit here. And then he does find the cube here one roll later. Now he's even closer to clearing the 8 point. He's got the 8 point strip, so it's more volatile. He's got more market losers. So now he should turn the cube, and it's still a big take. A lot of contact value here. Are there any general lessons here, Staniek, about late back game cubes or anything?
Well, I think in a position before we were not supposed to clean it, the 8 point. Now, when Mochy doubled, he's got like so many market losers, right? Like, I don't think Hideaki can cube when he leaves a shot. When Mochy leaves a shot, Hideaki cannot cube, so he cannot like that efficiently use the cube that Mochy would take the 4 and let's say lose the gammon or whatever. So Mochy can pretty conveniently cube, since he will just lose his market by a lot when he just cleans the 8.
And what about from Hideaki's side, or anything in particular?
Hideaki can not easily, but he can very likely, not very likely, but he can just get a shot. So, double shot also.
There are some direct shots here. At least, what is there? 6-1 on the direct. What else? 4-3.
Yeah. Well, Mochy's got some ugly numbers. What if he rolls like any 3, right? Just pop. Hideaki is just gonna play with one checker from the 20 point, and again, just so many. It's gonna get ugly.
And then he can play like it's almost still a back game, but with one anger and one blood on the 20 point. Yeah. Okay, so Mochy starts clearing. Hideaki hits the miracle shot, I believe. Yeah, the deuce, and now Mochy maybe drops a little bit of a controversial cube here, or a controversial drop. What do you think about this one, Staniek?
I actually really think it was a great decision by Mochy, since Hideaki is just gonna have like 10 or 15 decisions like for free, right? So I really think sacrificing like 80 equity, even, or what is it? I don't know how much is on plus. Yeah, 60 as I see.
61, yeah.
For the price that Hideaki will not have like 10 or 15 decisions, especially in this format, is just, I think it was a great decision to pass. But of course with the ace point, if we talk theoretically, with the ace point, if Hideaki had closed the ace point, right? Mm-hmm. Then with 5 checkers off and the gap, it's a pass with a gap.
Yeah.
Without a gap, of course, it's a take.
Mm-hmm.
But again, with the ace point open, it just somehow cancels or something.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. there is the small chance of Hideaki fishing for more checkers if Mochy enters with an ace and then rolls another ace and then he hits loose and then he hits back. But yeah, but of course there's the match score here as well, because Mochi's take point is slightly higher because of the match score. I believe I said 25% over the board. Maybe we should just try to check that here. Take point is 26%. So actually, I think Nick said 26%, so he was right. Yeah, 26.16%. Yeah, okay. So it is slightly higher take point, which made it difficult, of course. And Mochy found the pass. Okay, let's move on to game 3. I'm just scrolling through the opening moves here, and then there's a pretty standard double take. Hideaki took a while to find this cube. It's not a big cube, it's pretty borderline, so maybe that's why. I believe I said just swing it, Hideaki, what can possibly go wrong? And then he got to this decision, the 5-2. What a beautiful play, huh? What do you think about this one, Stanek?
Oh yeah, the fact, yeah, I mean, it's a great play, to be honest. I mean, I don't want to say, I saw it, but I also saw it, but I saw that MCG pointed out in the comments, and it was just perfect explanation, right? So I was thinking the same, so I will just repeat it, kinda. And also you don't really lose anything by this play, right? Mm-hmm. Because most of the time, what's gonna happen? Yeah, okay. Mochy is gonna hit one checker. But then, what's always going to happen, most of the time, that black is just going to enter and remake one of the points, right? And it's just so powerful, the position. And yeah, of course, Mochy doesn't even have to hit, then it just kills him.
Yeah.
And yeah, worst thing what happened, that Mochy hit 2, right?
Yeah.
And it was like worst sequence and it was still okay. So this is like no doubt. Really.
Yes.
And just a huge upside.
And apparently XG++ does say that the 2 from the 8 point is slightly better. I don't like it. I think if we roll it out, I'm sure that Hideaki's play will come out on the top. But it was a nice move. It's not too often you see like the double slot into a triple shot is the right play, but perfect conditions for it here, and he just found it immediately. I hope I could have found the play as well.
That's good. Great play.
Okay, so then we got a 6-2 for Hideaki. This was not as great as the other one. He made it's a little bit blitzy, his move. He makes the deuce points deep, and then he hits loose on the 4 point with the last pair checker, and while still having 4 back checkers. So what do you think about this position, Stanek?
Yeah. Again, every time you make a play, you have to see the consequences, right? So what is going to happen if you make that play, or actually in this case, even like, in which future are you actually profiting from your play? So you're definitely not, you're never gonna close him out. Like, okay, there must be, of course, some chance that you somehow, if he dances like 5 times, that you close him out.
Yeah.
But most of the time, we can just see that we can just hit him back like immediately, right? So with 5 checkers back, no checkers to play whatsoever. I would just play 23-21, 8-2-2 to just, escape with 1 checker or make some nice holding game and everything.
Yeah.
And not too.
Just make the quiet play. You don't have ammunition to make a blitzing play here. You have 9 checkers in the zone, and 4 back checkers. So you're essentially, as Stanek says, never gonna close him out or anything. Complete the blitz. So it's not that real. Time's not here to make a blitz, but it's not a blunder. It was just a little inaccuracy from Hideaki. Okay. Do we have anything else in game 3? We have some errors, but we have to skip them because we've got so many interesting positions to talk about. Okay, game 4. There was a juicy little cube action. Very tricky. Very tricky. So what do you think about this one, Stanek?
Felt like a pass, of course, not big. Well, the thing in these positions, why it's a pass at this score, like what does it even mean, right? So we can say that this is a volatile position, right? Which means that this can change like every roll, right? Like every roll can change the the winning side, let's say. And of course there are gammons involved and everything. So if the score was 0-0, so what's the difference actually from the tactics, from everything, like what is happening, right? So if it was 0-0, well, first, it's 4-2, right? So if we take the cube when can we actually cube him back? I mean, we are actually never cube him, so we will always play the game until the end. So this is just, I mean, the advantage of 0-0 white would be a take, I believe.
Yeah, it is a take, 131 millipoint take.
So it's because, I mean, you can use the cube efficiently, like at 0-0 scores like that. That's why also sometimes even 1-0 makes sense. I mean, makes the difference. I mean, I don't know, probably not in this, but if it's sometimes 1-0, you just even don't take the cube because you just cannot even efficiently recube, since it's just gonna get so mixed up. And yeah, here it's just
Yeah, so there's the inefficiency of the recube, and there's also the fact that he's leading in the match and he's scared of losing a double gammon. There is 23.5% gammon in this position. But yeah, it was a very tricky decision
this
here.
is really a score thing, yeah. This is just a score thing, yeah. So.
Yeah. So Mochy, he did find the take. It became a little bit worse on plus, but I certainly don't criticize him too much for finding this take. It was a very tricky one. Okay, so then Hideaki ends up making a beautiful 6' here. The sequence really went to his favor. And then Mochy has this annoying 5-3 to play. He's kind of screwed either way, but he still has to find the best equity play. So what do you think about this position, Zdeněk, the 5-3?
I mean, it's just horrible. This even maybe like one. I mean, the only role where a Mochy could make a mistake, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine another role where a Mochy would make a mistake. So, but yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want a third checker back. And if we just stick to the plan, I mean, if we just clean the 6, like, we can only gain. Like, when do we lose? Of course, after 5-4. Well. I mean, can anything worse happen? Of course, we don't have a board, so we lose more games, but can anything worse happen? I mean, yeah, worst case, we just leave a shot next turn, and we are not leaving it that much, so yeah, I mean, it just makes sense to just clean the 6 and hope that we don't even have to leave a shot, which we don't have to.
So the game plan is to just not leave more shots. We're in damage control mode, and the best way is just to clear the 6 point. And why expose a shot voluntarily when you can maybe get lucky and not leave a shot later on? Yeah. So that was a tricky one. I always hate those plays where you can't really win the game. You just have to find a play that loses less. Okay. And was that it in game 4? Okay, now we're getting into the juicy stuff. Game 5.
Yes.
This is, I believe, this was the action game. We got a little social distance priming going on here. From Wilson's Emilio's chat message, I saw it. Yeah, I'm sorry you can't see it, Zdeněk, but I'm showing the viewers some positions here. So I'm just fasting forward. No. This was also a good game. Full of jokers. Look at how many jokers this game has. Joker. Joker. Wow, that's a lot of rigged dice. And then we get to a flag position here. It's a missed cube from Hideaki. No, sorry, it's a missed cube from Mochy. What do you think about this position, Zdeněk?
Yeah, well, it's a really small one, and I really understand no double. It's just, I mean, it's really scary to put a match on a line, especially when it might be even more difficult to have a recube action. I mean, I don't know really about that. But yeah, I mean, this is just, when you know that you're going to play for 2 good. I mean, I understand actually that probably I don't want to say what Mochy thought, but what I would think that in this position, I mean, when I escape, I'm so happy that I escaped that I can go for the gammon, that I can win 2 points like really efficiently. I don't know, I mean,
But in a 3-point match, you want to double aggressive because your gammon, even though they shoot above the target, they also win you the match. So I think you still want to be more aggressive than at 0-0, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the same time, Hideaki can just immediately recube. I mean, not immediately, I mean, but
he can kill the gammons by recubing.
Kills the gammons, and we are unhappy. So that was. But
yes, but he did miss a cube here. I mean, it's one of those spots where it's so volatile that you why not give your opponent a chance to make a mistake? You know, even though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially I don't know what time management was at this point, but yeah, I would. I mean, I really would like to give just aggressive cube, and I mean maybe it was possible that he drops.
Yeah, you never
I
know
mean,
because the prime versus prime, and it's difficult. And the three-way, maybe Hideaki would be scared of the gammon. It's, I mean, yeah. I don't think the probability was 0% for Hideaki to find a pass here, because anyone could all of a sudden have the wrong idea and make a blunder. So yeah, and then Mochy makes a really bad play here with 4-3. Yeah, what went wrong?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. It just, I mean, doesn't really help. Yeah, just, I mean, 4 numbers. Yeah, it's 10%, or I don't know how many percent is that, but it's just 4 numbers. It's so huge. I mean,
yeah,
it's the biggest swing ever. Yeah, I guess.
He leaves 4 numbers rather than 0, and because it's 1-5 and it's 3-5, so that 4 numbers, that's like more than 10% chance, and he can simply just play it safe, and then either, of course, you could play on gammon as long as there's 0 volatility, or else just cash it. That was I mean, I don't, even under time pressure, I don't understand why Mochy could find this, could make this blunder, to be honest.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, but yeah, it happens. Yeah, I don't know. I would really not good to leave 4 shots here for sure.
Yeah, of course it's more flexible. Like it's a little bit ugly to bury another checker, but maybe he just didn't have the concept fresh in his mind, or clear in his mind, that he should play with low volatility because the cube was centered. So yeah, weird blunder.
I mean, it definitely, because maybe there might be a misunderstanding that it looks like there might be bad numbers, right? But actually, first of all, there are not. I guess there is not. There's no bad number.
6-5 is probably the worst, but it still doesn't leave a direct shot.
It's the ace actually.
Yeah.
It means the ace 6-5.
Double 6.
So
Double 6 is good.
But it's just anyways.
Yeah.
It's, so it just looks ugly, but it's actually, again, if we go through the numbers, what's actually gonna happen, and realize what's actually gonna happen, we will actually understand the position. That's the nice thing of going through the numbers, that we actually know. We don't just guess. We know what's going to happen.
I like that lesson. Yeah. Of course, he was under time pressure here, Mochy. I'm just surprised that even under time pressure, it feels weird to leave 4 shots. And then this one right after. This one I think is way more blunder prone than the previous position, and I could make a blunder here as well. But it's the wrong idea. The best play is just to hit. So what do you think about this one, Zdeněk?
Yeah, basically every time how you are going to win this game is that you gotta hit. I mean, you have to roll ace with something, so you're always gonna hit. So you always want to fight for the ace point. You always want to make it. Especially you can gain time, since you just hope for the dance, and that you just make the ace and pop out with the 1 and a 6 next time.
Yeah. There's also a little bit of a tell here that Hideaki has an outside prime. It's somewhat easier to play against that outside prime. It's got more numbers to go to the edge of the prime, and if Hideaki eventually runs out of timing, he has to start clearing the 9 point. The outside prime is not as strong as the inside prime, so I think that helps Mochy to blitz. It's slightly less risky against this 5 prime than a more inside 5 prime.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, then there's a good double here from Hideaki, and also a good take from Mochy. He didn't take too long. He just almost snap took it.
Yep, great decision. Yeah, pretty big double, big take. Yeah, I mean, Mochy can go wrong easily, so Hideaki can lose his market, and Mochy just has a lot to play. I mean, he can get his position very dangerous very quickly. So yeah.
Yeah, and we actually see that almost half of Mochy's wins are gammons here. He wins more gammons than Hideaki does, so it's an easy take for Mochy even at this score. And I believe Hideaki won this game. Yes. Okay, now we're getting into the triple back game. Game 6, 4-6 Crawford to Hideaki. I'm just gonna fast forward here how the opening game evolved. All this hitting going on, all this chaos released. Okay, so the first flag is the 6-2 game 10. We can take this one fast.
This was so nice. Yeah, I really like that Mochy made this play, since in recent games, like what was like the intention of everything. I mean, especially with a low time, I really like that he made this play, so it got more complicated and everything. I really loved it as a spectator, as probably everybody in the chat. And yeah, it's just, well, it will get interesting. So the concept here was probably give bad sixes, I guess. I mean, not bad sixes, but get the initiative to just make the 5, make something nice, instead of just having a boring anchor game.
Yeah.
Which we all love. We all love it.
You could say that probably this move was what started the whole triple back game thing.
Yeah.
So he definitely succeeded in creating complexity. Okay, then we got a 5-2 for Mochy.
Yeah, this is what started it as well. Yeah, this is what was. Yeah, this was just great continuing that he didn't actually make like a reverse moves, but he just continued to just make it nice. Yeah, it's just completely even. So yeah, let's just go for it and let's just have a fun game and let's mix it up. Let's have. That was cool.
Okay, so I'm fasting forward now, and now the chaos has been unleashed. Then we got a 3-1 here for Mochy. Oof, there's a lot of choices.
Yeah, well, the key point for Mochy, so what's the strategy here, right? I mean, Mochy really needs to get a 20 point, and he can get it 2 ways, right? Because what can happen, what we cannot do, what we have to prevent is Hideaki to make the 5 point, so we would just get like 10 checkers in the ace and a 2, so we would just get primed and kill the other checkers. We don't want that, so we want the 20 point. We want the 20 point, and we can get it 2 ways. We can either make it right now, or we can hit twice as Mochy did. I think if he had a little bit more time, he would just probably play more pure play or more flexible play.
Yeah. I don't like the impurity of 4-3. There was a better double hit, just hitting the 2 pure points on the 7-5. But it is a little bit of a crazy game after that.
It's especially because we also give him like good 5s. Even it doesn't seem like we don't really want him to anchor on a 5, so he will just have control. I mean,
yes.
If he makes the 5, he just has control of the game. So.
Yes, that's another downside with Mochy's play. A 5 is actually the best roll that Hideaki can roll. It's better than rolling a 3 here. Okay, but it was a tricky. There was so many options, and the same with the 5-3 afterwards. Again, now Mochy, he does try to play pure, but apparently XG++ prefers to make the 3 point. What do you think the logic behind that is, rather than just playing super pure?
Here this is like great. Even there might be a great opportunity to actually get into attack. Even doesn't seem like it's just. It's just 40 pips. It's not like, I mean, we either have to go like, how is it called, kamikaze or something like that?
Yeah.
Or
kamikaze
to
mode.
get like 100 pips back to make the 5, or we can choose the game where we make the 3 point and we actually want to make the 5 next, and we got like very beautiful game as well.
Yes, that's true. Instead of playing a back game, play a front game. If he can win the battle of the 5 point and then start releasing back checkers into the outfield, that is not a back game anymore. So that's probably it. And I think with the checker on the 3 point, it's a little bit like when you've slotted the ace point. Sometimes you need to just make it. And the race here, he's only down 27 pips after the move. So maybe it's better to just make the 3 point. Purity is not of that high importance anymore. It's still important, obviously, but here he has some tactical chances of getting into a front game. Win the battle of the 5 point, and then getting to a front game. I like it.
But again, I really like that Mochy just kept the idea that he really even wanted it. It felt like he wanted it from all the beginning. And it really happened, and it was just great. Yeah, it's a beautiful show.
Okay, so then we got the 5-1 from Hideaki. Oh, another tricky checker play with so many possibilities. Apparently hitting is wrong here.
It can be alright if we know, like, again, it can be alright, I think, in my opinion, if we know what we're gonna do next, right? I mean, we just, in these positions, especially with 10 seconds on a clock, we just have to know what we cannot do. We can't afford anything, as we can see, I think Cinema even understands this. It's just what we cannot do, and here, literally, next few moves, we can do really anything. But the key point, when there is a key point, which, I mean, it went pretty fluent, I guess. When there is a key point, we have to realize what we cannot do. So we will see. I mean, now really everything is just good. We can just really do anything, I'd say. Of course, there might be an idea to slot the 7 to make the 7, or to just control the outfield and make the 7, since, well, white will just not let us make the 7, I guess. So
there's also the fact that the pip count right now is just 56 pips before the moves. So by hitting, I feel like you're giving more timing for Mochy.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Why hit? Just don't hit and let him move his full roll.
I didn't like that hit much, but yeah.
But yeah, it seems to be a pretty big mistake to hit. And there are so many different variations here that he could have played. Again, a little inaccuracy. For the most part, he played this game so beautiful, Hideaki. Okay, then we got a 4-2 for Mochy, where Mochy made the best play, but you put a flag on us, Denya. So what's up here?
I just wanted to discuss the strategy here, so we know like what's happening, right? So basically, again, what is going to happen and what actually happened. So I might talk, because this is just a great, nice position to talk in general, right? I really like that Mochy kept the 17 points, so he just couldn't basically get crashed. There was one move where he just could leave it, but he just played, I think, 8-4 or something. I got the idea that, I mean, keeping the 7 point, keeping just points, and actually the goal of this is to get into the position where we keep 3 anchors and we've got like full flexibility and full timing, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's happening here, and that's what I just wanted to explain.
Yes.
That this is our goal and this is where it's going.
So that spare checker that comes from 24 to 20 is really crucial, because that's the one that you're gonna jump with next to keep your mobility and keep your anchors.
Yeah.
And fight for the outfield. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then a lot of chaos goes on here. And then you put another flag here on a 6-3 for Mochy. So another interesting one. So many different choices.
Again, so we just can stop here so we can just see what just happened. Yeah, so again, we still just keep the plan. We keep 3 anchors, and as we can see, the thing is, we don't leave blots outside like crazy, right? We don't want to, I mean, maybe we could, but what Mochy tried to do was to just keep the point, just playing, and really just keep the game going, so we keep the 3 points and just get to the game. So it was just a catch-up flag.
Yeah.
Just to catch up.
It's interesting that XG++ wants to either double hit, or it could also play 13-4. Just all of these plays are so close, because the triple back game is already established. As long as you don't make any crazy plays, it doesn't matter that you get hit. It's difficult to make a blunder here. Just don't bury checkers. Then you're not going to make a blunder. Don't bury checkers and don't leave key anchors.
Exactly.
Okay, and then the game progresses here, and then we got a 2-1 decision here for Hideaki, where he failed to hit. Again, it's actually a 35 millipoint according to XG++. So why was the hitting play right here, Stanjek?
I mean, the biggest point I think is that, I mean, if we manage to make the 8 point, which is pretty easy, we can just get Mochy some bad numbers and he can just crash, I think. I mean, now it's a point where Mochy is like short, right? I mean, there are some ugly sequences, some very big future that if we just make the 8, he can just crash.
Yes, he could just crash. That's right. I noticed that Mochy's position here is kind of broken over in 2 parts, in his front position and his back position. That's why if he is unlucky, let's say he enters with a 1-6 or something like this, he might end up with a very awkward position, and he might end up crashing simply because of the lack of mobility. I see it as well. That's probably what the hit is doing here. Obviously nothing to do with blitz. It's got something to do with that. It's more likely that you're gonna get your opponent's front position to crash after you hit.
Yeah.
And by not hitting, you're allowing Mochy to play the checker on the 17 point, and the 24 point can come up with a 4. So he's got more mobility after the non-hit.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Do we have more flags here, or was it? There's one more. The 6-3 for Mochy. Little inaccuracy here at the end.
With 10 seconds and 15 seconds on the clock, this is usually like what you have to try to see immediately, right? And here, if I mean, it's a small difference. It's a small difference.
Yeah.
But again, if we just imagine like 5-4, 6-1, 5-1, or whatever, it's just gonna be even. What happened? What did he actually roll?
6-4.
Yeah, so 6-4 would be a little better as well, since
Yeah.
we more shots. But of course, there's a downside that we can just get like double twos or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
double ace, double two. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
double five wins. There's some downside as well, but so tricky play. Tricky play.
Big bucks.
Okay. And then we went to game 7. Do we have any flags here? The Crawford or the DMP game? Oh yeah, we've got this double 3 here from Mochy.
Yeah, this was like the time was that was so funny here. Well, let's talk about it when we have time now, right? So after this move, after the 13-10 8-5 twice, we actually mind where our opponent hits 1, and when he anchors up, we also are not that happy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got some game. Every time he rolls a 1,
Yes.
every time he rolls a 2 and 3-6,
So he's got 2
the
good
game.
numbers.
Exactly. So when I translate it, after 22 numbers, he's got game, yeah?
Uh-huh.
If we compare it to the 8-2 twice,
Uh-huh.
which is a correct move. Well, I mean, so in this case, he does not have any game at all if he dances, which is 9 numbers. Every time he just enters 1 checker and we just pick and pass, it just, I mean, we just win the game basically almost immediately, right? I mean, of course, by winning the game, I mean, like a huge favorite. So, and if he rolls a 1, well, I mean, we still got a pretty nice game. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still fine.
Yes.
It's not like a big downside.
I have some strategic things here as well that from a game plan point of view, Mochy is already so big ahead in the race and he's not getting primed. So Mochy doesn't need to rely on a priming game plan here. He can just play for the race and for the blitz. And the move Mochy makes, that's a priming move. And actually, it just if he rolls the deuce and anchors up, now it's almost like a prime versus prime. Of course, Hideaki doesn't have a prime, but Mochy has a long way to go and might get in trouble. So I just think it's a wrong game plan here, to be honest. It fits better to Mochy's position to go for the blitz and the race game plan. And there's also the bonus of the extra blood that he can hit in the outfield. So from a strategical point of view, I think he made a mistake here as well. I know you talked about all the tactics, but just from pure game plan wise, he could have made the blitzing play, I think.
Yeah. Also, I mean, if I ask the same question, like what's gonna happen, right? So we know that every time he rolls a 2, what happened? I mean, what actually happened is what's gonna happen most of the time, right? When he rolls a 2 and anchors up, Mochy is just gonna get stuck on a 5 point, and as the game develops, that's how it's gonna be like all the time he rolls the deuce, unless he gets lucky. So.
Okay, and then we got the 2-1 right after. Another tricky decision, where to play the best ace here. Hideaki made a mistake. He didn't hit, so he chose to go for the anchor. So maybe actually Mochy's play was not so bad after all, because now he just regained the equity that he lost with a double 3 for Hideaki making the wrong play here. He should have hit. Is there anything you want to say about this position, Stenjek?
Just the fact that I was so surprised. I really would like to see like the argument for the other. To be honest, I was shocked, which is my mistake actually, that I thought it would be a bad move, because it's not a bad move.
Yeah,
As
it's
I
just a
said,
43.
It's my mistake. So I would just hit, but I don't know. I would really like to see like what was the idea here.
I think maybe he was thinking that I don't know. It's speculation. Let's move on. We got one more blunder to cover coming right up. So first there's the 5-1 here, where Mochy made a wrong play. He left the anchor. I mean, it's not that it's unreasonable. He's up in the race. He has the better inner board, but the better play was simply just to slot the 6 prime. So what do you think about this position, Stenjek?
Well, again, when we make a play, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen all the time? We're gonna get hit, and he's gonna make a point. Like, again, what row doesn't make it, right? Like, 6-5 or whatever. So that's gonna happen all the time. We know it. Do we wanna be in that shape? Well, I mean, it depends what's the alternative. So if we look at the alternative, which is, I would not look into 9-3, I would probably look into 9-8, 6-1, because that may explain better maybe, or 9-4, 6-5, that's what I would probably play. 9-4, 6-5, what's gonna happen? Yeah, he is gonna make the board, like he's gonna make the 3-point, right? Well, but we can roll better. I mean, we can just escape all the way, and I don't know, it just felt like we can roll Joker, we can still play something like nice. Maybe that's why it's 9-2. I mean, as I saw the comments, maybe you'll say something about 9-3. It's like really good to play 9-3 also.
Yeah, that's actually the best play.
Yeah. So
to slot.
you would have played it, I guess, or if I heard.
I don't remember, to be honest. It could be.
It was so fast. It was happening so
I think
fast.
I think maybe my brain was thinking 9-3, but I don't remember, to be honest. Yeah, it was really fast. They were low on time. Essentially, this is a pay now or pay later decision for Mochy. Do I break the anchor now while I'm still stronger than my opponent? But there is a downside here. There are some numbers that counter primes and starts the attack. So yeah, slightly off here, Mochy. Not too bad. It made sense, his play, but it came out a little bit short. It would have been better to just stay put one more time. Try to let your opponent crunch a little bit more. Yeah. And then we have one more blunder. Hideaki, low on time, found a careless play here with 2-1 behind a 6 prime. So what do you think about this one, Stanley?
It was, this one and his first mistake and his last mistake was just was something. I mean, everything was played perfect. I mean, it was so long match. I think they played like 1.5 hours. Everything was so perfect. And yeah, then this again. Yeah, let's take it slow. Yeah, I mean slow.
Yeah.
I mean we can see it fast, but let's take it slow.
Yeah.
So, how are we gonna win the game? The easiest question ever, right? So, of course, what we hope for, what we actually hope for, if we make the deuce, what has to happen for us to win? Well, it's not even 1, since 1-1 plays pretty okay, 1-2 really plays okay, 1-4 plays okay, 1-5, it's, then 1-5 is not good, 1-6 is still perfect. So it's only 1-3 and basically 1-5, which is like really, really bad. And it's just so funny how in this challenge, these sequences just happen. And but I mean, let's look at the correct play, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we know what we hope for here. We hope for 60 numbers, except 31, of course.
Yeah.
So we hope for him not to escape, which is, I mean, not favorite, but it's likely.
Yeah. So there are actually 14 numbers here where Mochy has to break one of his outer points.
Yeah. And then look at it. It's beautiful. I mean, immediately we attack, and we just need to pop out, right?
Yes. And including the double 4 anti-Joker.
Yeah. That would be just, So this is just to display. I mean, you always, when you make a move, what I always think like, right? When I am losing the position, I always look for something to hope for. What future do I hope for? When I'm winning in a game, I think there was a position, but I don't know. It just, again, what is happening? What's my best shape? Like, really look into the future and compare your best numbers, bad numbers. Just go over the numbers. It will help you understand the position.
Yeah. I think also Hideaki, as Thomas Tenland points out here in the chat, and Matt Congeyer as well, it's probably a time pressure blunder from Hideaki here. I think it was down to 9 seconds or something like this. But it seems like such a clear play now that we have the time here to sit and look at it. What a match. Thank you, Stanjek, for coming on the show and helping us analyze.
Thank you.
Yes, and all the viewers, if you enjoyed this section and you want to show a little appreciation to us and Stanjek, smash the like button. He shared so much knowledge here, so thank you so much, Stanjek. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Okay, so what a match, guys. Match 6. This one will go over in history as one of the most exciting backgammon matches we've ever seen. Amazing. Mochy is down now. He's in trouble again. He's down 4 points. So he has to come up with a heck of a comeback if he wants to regain his championship title. We're back same time tomorrow. This was a little bit longer stream than all the rest of them, 3 hours now. Usually we go below 2 hours, but this was a Yeah, this was a long one. Let me just give a couple of shout outs here before we shut down. I got a shout out to betgalaxy.net, the new Bitcoin bookmaker from the Galaxy team. It's like a real Asian bookmaker style. Yes, we've got all the Asian bets, football matches, all the major sports, basketball, American football. It's Bitcoin based, so everybody can play, no restrictions. Then we got a shout out to the new Galaxy 2021 board, the Earth board. It's already selling like hot bread in a Sunday morning in the baker shop. We're really proud of this board. It's amazing. It's really travel friendly. The checkers come in a checker box like this. The checkers, handmade checkers, are beautiful. And when you want to go full-on travel mode, you just put the checkers and the cups and the dice and the cube in this little beautiful carry bag, and then you're all good to go. Then we got we like the last couple of days we've had a tournament after the UBC. So we have this again in 10 minutes or 8 minutes. So you got to be fast. It's a free roll tournament. So come to Backgammon Galaxy and play the free roll tournament. And then we got a shout out for this beautiful Facebook group called Backgammon Memes. If you're not already a member, please apply. We've got so many funny memes coming in from the UBC. We've got this one from Thomas Tenland, 30 seconds left, cubed at 2 away, 6 away, and clock running. I think I'll casually bring out my fan. Yeah, we've got, this one is good as well from Barreto. All good stuff here. If you want to join the fun, join the Facebook group. It's called Backgammon Memes. And that's it for now. Whew, that was a long one. I'm tired. I'm sure that you guys are tired as well. Thank you for staying on too long. Wow, 269 likes. That's pretty good. Well done, guys. So this is the last chance to like. And if not, we'll see you tomorrow again. Same time, same place. Backgammon Galaxy YouTube channel. Take care and sleep tight. Bye, guys.